Oh, hello there. Welcome back to the show and the things and the stuff where we play Dungeons and Dragons. We're playing Dragon of Icespire Peak. This is episode 3. Where we last left off, we had Sir Marcus of House Winterburn, Landor Canrisen. I always mess up your last name because I feel like we know where that name comes from, but we're not going to necessarily mention it. Okay.
What?
And then we have Daisy. They had just finished up the Dwarven Excavation adventure, and they defeated the orcs on the way out, and we ran out of time to get back to town. Dazzlin and Norbus are just kind of hanging out there all scared because they don't fight. They're gruff dwarves, but you know, all those things. So yeah, you guys just took inventory, and you found some great axes, javelins, hide armor, and if I remember correctly, the orcs were a little malnourished.
Yes.
They did not look quite as healthy as you might expect powerful warriors of that kind. And we'll just start from there. Hand it off to you guys.
We gonna head back to town now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. It's interesting. I've never seen orcs this malnourished and starved. Usually they're quite large.
From all the stories I always have read and heard about, they were always pretty big and beefy. You know, big warriors.
I wonder if this is the dragon maybe taking some of their resources, taking some of their food. It would be interesting. We should ask about it in town.
I agree. Let's get on our way before we run into any more trouble on the road.
Yeah, so I think it's safe to say, I believe it was roughly more or less a 6-hour journey or so.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll say you're getting back into town between around 2 o'clock, we'll say. And you were in the town of Phandalin. And can go about your business.
The dwarves are just doing their own thing. They just thank you and they left. Okay.
Yeah, they just very, very appreciative of the help that you gave them.
Cool. I just want to make sure that whatever we do, it's not like they're the two party members that we forgot to click dismiss on.
They just keep following you around.
Well, if I recall... Hold on. We need to go to the town master. Because there was a reward.
Our 50 gold.
Do we need to bring the dwarves as proof that they're okay? And warned?
We could have, if you wanted to go there with the dwarves, that's fine. Like if you want to come back. Like before you click dismiss.
Would you two mind coming with us, just to prove that you're okay and we've retrieved you?
Oh no, that'd be fine.
So
Go to the town master's house. Because we know where he's at.
Yep.
All right,
And I
so
knock on the door.
Knock on the door, and you see the familiar eyes peek out from the window on the second floor. You come down and undoing like 30 million locks before the little thing slides open. It's literally just the people, but there's like 17 locks on there. He goes, oh yes. Oh, a couple of dwarves
I'm gonna
here.
hold up one of the dwarves up above my head.
Which is quite the sight, because they're considered medium creatures. And here comes Daisy, rage lifting, dazzling. He goes, whoa, whoa, whoa. And he goes, oh yes, okay. Interesting. So I suppose you're here for your reward, huh? And I have to go see what 50? 25?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's
50.
50.
It's 100.
50.
Okay, he goes. Okay.
This guy.
So he goes, I'll be right back. The thing flies over. And, another minute goes by, and again, he's like jamming the sack through the eye hole. Here you go. Thank you. Very good business. And he goes, I just put up some new stuff on the board. You should go check it out.
Thank you. Thank you, Town Master.
And thank you, dwarves. You guys can be on your way.
Yeah. Can't you see we don't want you anymore?
See here, I'm just
So
getting the stuff so I could send them to you.
So I take it when we go to the board, is the Nomengard quest no longer on the board?
It is not on the board anymore.
Got a feeling. Now we
Right.
know. Me and Michael have been messaging about that for like probably a week and a half.
Which ones did I just go? Butterskull Ranch,
And
Loggers
loggers.
Camp. There's another one.
Dwarves. Well, no, I shouldn't talk to the dwarves. You're trying to do something.
Oh, I got you. Yep, there's three new ones on there.
Cool.
Which-
Did you send it in?
They should be in the group chat down here.
Okay. Cool. Thank you.
So there's three of them. I'll just read them out loud for you folks at home and or on mobile devices, wherever you may be. One says, Butterskull Ranch quest. Orcs have attacked Butterskull Ranch 5 miles east of Conyberry along the Tribor Trail. Travel there with haste. Assess the damage and help any way you can. Ranch owner Alphonse Big Al Kalazorn is a retired sheriff who can reward you for your efforts. If he's dead, return to Town Master Harbin Wester with proof of Kalazorn's demise to receive a reward of 100 gold. If the characters undertake this quest, proceed with Butterskull Ranch. Loggers Camp quest. Deep in Neverwinter Wood, along the river that flows west toward Neverwinter, is a logging camp. Every 2 months, Phandalin delivers fresh supplies to the camp, which is run by the half-brother of Phandalin's townmaster, Harbin Wester. Barthen, the local provisioner, has prepared a new delivery. He needs someone to bear the supplies safely to the camp. Return to Harbin Wester with a notice of delivery signed by his half-brother, Tybor Wester, to claim your reward of 100 gold. And last but not least, Mountains Toe quest. The Mountains Toe gold mine lies 15 miles northeast of Phandalin. The new overseer, Don John Raskin, just made the trip from Neverwinter to Phandalin and needs to be escorted to the mine. There's no telling what dangers lie between here and there. Once you deliver Raskin safe and sound, return to Town Master Harbin Wester to collect a reward of 100 gold pieces.
Does anyone have a preference?
I feel like the best place to go would be the Butterskull Ranch. I mean, if the orcs are attacked, I feel like we should go see what we can do to help.
Sure.
Let's go kill some orcs.
I'm always ready to kill an orc. Did anyone have anything they wanted to check out in town first before we...
Is there a weapon store around here?
There is the Lion Shield Coster.
Let's head over there. And I'd like to see if I can pick up 15 more crossbow bolts.
All right. So you get directions to where it is, and hanging above the front door of this modest trading post is a sign shaped like a wooden shield with a blue lion painted on it. I'm going over to the things with the equipment, because I have a feeling I'm going to need to know the things.
All of the things.
This
Maybe
must
this
be
stuff.
the Lion Shield Caster.
Yep. So you can walk in there, and it appears to be a trading post, like it says. And in there are lots of arms and armor available for purchase. And seated behind a desk is a woman who appears to be in her mid-30s or so, who looks up from her book that she's reading and stands and says, "Ah, yes, can I help you?" He appears to be human, dark hair, kind of attractive.
Yes, ma'am. I was looking to see if I could purchase some crossbow bolts today.
Crossbow bolts, yes. Sure. Dang it. Price is listed.
I think it's
How many would you
piece
like?
For 10. Or 20.
I would like 15, preferably. Or if they only come in packs of 10, I'll take 20.
20 bolts would be 1 gold piece.
Alright.
And she just kind of reaches out from behind the counter.
Here's a gold piece.
Puts them up there. Very well, thank you. And puts that in her register. Coin purse.
So, forgive me. What did you say your name was?
I did not say my name, but my name is Lenine Greywind. And who do I have the pleasure of speaking with?
Miss Greywind, I'm Marcus of House Winterburn. It's a pleasure.
Natural 20 on the history check.
Nice.
She goes, "Oh, yes, I see the crest now." And she immediately looks interested specifically in you, and the other two, you kind of a little bit like, okay, I'm still here, but nonetheless. So we've got some Winterburns here. Is this your traveling party?
Yes. This is Landor, and this is Daisy. They are my traveling companions, and we are here helping out around the town. And it's been dark times. There's been some trouble on the road, so we're trying to make it safer at least.
Yes. Oh, excuse me. Yes, there has been lots of activity since the dragon has shown up. Yeah, it's actually affected many things in the area.
Has it affected anything in business for you?
Well, usually harsh times are good for business when you sell arms and armor, so that's been something of benefit for us. But that's the realities of life.
This is the truth.
Go
ahead.
Do you happen to know anything about Alphonse at the Butterskull Ranch?
Oh, I know he used to be a sheriff. I think that's where he lives now. Why? Is something wrong?
We heard that there may have been an orc attack up there, and we're about to head up there, and I was just curious if you know anything about him. Does he have a family? Is there a bunch of people on the ranch, or do you know by any chance?
I don't believe he has family, but I imagine a ranch of that size would require some hired hands. I think it's somewhat modest, but I think he probably needs some help. Orcs, huh? Yes, they seem to be a little more active than they used to be. I imagine the dragon may have pushed them out of their home somehow, or affected where they get their resources of some sort. I don't know.
Wasn't sure, just I know since you sell arms, if you had heard anything from any other travelers or adventurers, and people fighting the orcs around, if you'd heard anything. Because we did notice that the ones we saw earlier were a bit underfed and looked like they were a little malnourished.
That would make sense. I mean, I think they held their base is probably somewhere in the Sword Mountains here to the south and to the east. I don't think dragons usually like mountains, don't they?
Yes, ma'am, they do.
Yeah, so it's affecting everything.
Excuse me, Miss Greywind?
Yes, and she kind of leans over to look down and see every chance I get to. Yes,
you sell
Daisy,
arms,
right?
Yes, you sell arms. Do you buy arms as well?
Sure. Do you have some for sale?
We have some hide armor, right? We're not using that.
Mm-hmm.
And some great axes that we don't need.
Let me see.
Also have a ceremonial dagger and a silver chain with a symbol of Abathor. Not sure if you'd be interested in those as well.
All right, so how many sets of hide? 4?
3. I thought it was 4. Yeah, because there were 4 orcs.
4
Okay.
hide, 4 great axes. We have 12 javelins. I don't know if we want all of those.
I was planning on keeping them. I think you took
Okay.
4.
Yeah,
right?
I took 4.
So for the great axes and the hide armor, she'll give you 80 gold for that.
You wouldn't be able to possibly go up to 90, would you?
She kind of looks over at you, looks at Marcus, roll a persuasion check.
Could I assist?
Yes, absolutely.
I don't think I'll need it, but 25.
She kind of just kind of smiles and says, "We can do 90, yes." Now, I don't know if you're doing javelins or not, but
Did she also take the dagger and the silver chain?
no, I actually even forgot what I told you about those.
So
Wait, I feel like we should keep those 2, but I don't know. I don't know how interconnected this is. Like, since the Temple of Abathor was like all broken down, I feel like it might be good to have that later on. It might be useful.
Sure,
But-
we can keep it.
I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
I feel like our gold fund is doing pretty decent, and we're not overburdened, so we probably could hold on to it for a little while.
Yeah. Lenine, do you also would you also be interested in buying some gems that we've acquired?
Gems, perhaps the Phandalin Miners Exchange may be a better place to sell those, but I'd look
Sure.
at them for sure.
Sure. Yeah, so we have the 15 gems. You said they're 10 gold piece each.
Mhm.
I don't know, did you guys want to hold on to those too, or do you want to...
Those we could sell.
Well, what do you do with gems? Can't you use them?
They're
Using
lighter
some-
than 10 gold apiece.
So it might make sense to keep the gems rather than the gold. And I don't know if
Yeah,
any
we
of
might
them.
be able to use those to barter somebody that doesn't want gold but might like gems. You never
Sure.
know.
I'll just show her one of them then.
Yeah, she just
These
says,
are
"Oh,
gems.
that looks very nice."
Thank you. I'll just-
It would go very well. with the hilt of a sword.
I suppose.
Lenine, are you the armor and weaponsmith, or do you just sell them?
I simply sell them.
Ah, yes.
Why do you ask?
I'm just curious. I like to know who to ask for things in the town.
Mm-hmm.
Who is the smith? They
We get
connected
our-
to the shop.
We get our shipments, so we don't have a smith that lives here in town.
So
Excuse me.
if we wanted to have something specially made, we would order it through you, and you would order it through your provider.
Exactly.
Very informative. Thank you for your business.
Did you have something in mind? Perhaps I can.
Well, I'm not quite sure I'm ready for it yet, but I would be looking to look into some plate armor at some point in the future.
Yes. We have a set. So whenever you're ready.
Thank you.
All right.
I'm good. I'm not even gonna ask how much it is because I was just.
Well, why not?
I mean, I can't.
I'm
ask
sure
how
we
much
could
it
barter
is.
it down.
I could try to barter it down.
Well, I don't know.
So as you're just looking around, you you see the price tag on it, and it's 1,500 gold. So
That's what I wasn't gonna ask.
yeah,
Fair enough.
there is only one set though.
So are we ready to head to the Butterskull Ranch? Well, actually, what time of day is it? It's probably, like 3 or 4 now?
Yeah, I'd say you're probably getting closer to, something like that. 3:30, we'll say.
Say probably rest.
Yeah, we probably should go to the inn and play some music.
Okay.
We can ask for more information regarding the ranch. Maybe when someone last heard from
Big Al.
Big Al? Yeah.
Big Al.
All right, so you head over to the Stonehill Inn.
Yes.
All right, and it looks like things are just starting to pick up a little bit. A little bit of an older crowd is sitting there for now, since it's still working hours. Yes, Toblin comes over and he goes, "Oh, yes. It's very nice to see you again. What can I get for you?"
I'll just take some food, please. I'm a bit hungry.
Okay.
Whatever's the special of the day.
Yes, we have a nice venison that was just brought in, and I think that would be appropriate.
Sure.
Fantastic.
Yes, I'll take one as well.
Can I have a chicken leg?
He goes, "Yes, I'm sure we can get one for you."
I would like 12, please.
Oh, I'll see what I have in the back. And he just walks away.
Well,
I heard if you eat chicken legs, it helps you run faster.
I love that.
Maybe we should see about getting you a horse.
Have you seen my legs? They're too small. I couldn't. I need to ride a horse with someone. That's like.
We need to get you a pony. Or miniature horse. Get you at least up to 30 speed.
or perhaps a large chicken.
Side note, I was looking on D&D Beyond and I saw that there's such a thing as an abyssal chicken, which is just hysterical. Anyways.
You're a funny man, Mr. Marcus. You're a funny man.
So Toblin comes back out and he goes, "I don't have 12 chicken legs, but I do have 7, and you're welcome to them if you want all of them."
I do. I'll take as many as you got, and 7 is great.
Oh, all right.
Is there a one-legged chicken back there?
No, there is not. Okay then, and then he walks back into the kitchen as I'm getting sad again.
Oh, I forgot to ask him for some water. Darn.
Before you even realize that you didn't ask, you realize he poured 3 glasses of water for you. And then 1 for the other 2 guys.
Because that experienced of a server our DM is. I know you want water.
It's just kind of the way it goes, especially at a bar.
All right. Well, when I'm gonna wait for him to come back out. Is he coming back out anytime? Or
Yeah, sure.
no?
So he's meandering about. If you want to talk to him, that's fine.
Hey, Toblin, have you heard about anything other than orc attacks out and about recently? I know that up at Butterskull Ranch there was an attack recently that we're gonna go check out. But have you heard about what other monsters or creatures may be attacking people? Or have heard anything from anybody coming in? About what they've seen?
Well, I've heard that a strange magic pervades Neverwinter Wood, confounding navigators and obscuring the ancient ruins of bygone kingdoms lost in its depths. It's a very mysterious place.
Repeat that one more time, a little slower.
Strange magic pervades Neverwinter Wood, confounding navigators and obscuring the ancient ruins of bygone kingdoms, lost in its depths.
That was the perfect speed.
Close quote.
Now we'll have to make sure we take care if we do go to Neverwinter Woods.
Mm-hmm.
By strange magic, do you mean something that drains magic, or something that acts upon you with magic?
I must admit I'm not much of an expert in the arcane matters, but I just hear that it's maybe some magic that maybe is a little more primal in nature.
Well, that's definitely some good information, because there is a delivery out in Neverwinter Wood we might try to make later on. That if we do that, we're gonna need to be some careful there.
Yes, and it's a largely there's lots of opportunity for folks like you, but you know that's because of the dangers.
And in
Very true.
Neverwinter Wood, we could always just check out Falcon's Hunting Lodge if things get...
Oh yes, I would definitely recommend that. He would certainly have more information about what's going on there than any of us would.
Good to know.
At least I would think so.
Do you know much about Big Al's ranch?
Oh, Big Al used to come in all the time. He used to be a sheriff. He's got a ranch just east of Conyberry. So if you're heading out there, you probably take a few days. But yes,
Yep, that's why we were gonna rest up here tonight and then head out that way in the first thing in the morning.
Sure.
But do you know how many people he has out there?
Oh,
Give or take.
Maybe a half a dozen or so.
Oh, that's a good size range. Then.
Yeah, he's done fairly well for himself, you know. I know he usually grows corn and can have that shipped sometimes to local places around here. Not that Conyberry needs it anymore, but you know. Imagine sometimes he even gets to ship his goods to Neverwinter itself.
True. That means he must have a good amount of corn then to be able to ship up there.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like me to perform for you tonight?
Oh yes, if you're willing, absolutely.
And there's even word that Mr. Winterburn might be joining me on the drums.
Oh no, not.
Well,
tonight.
I'll handle those You can handle those particulars. That's fine.
Can you tell us how Adabra's doing?
Oh yes, I believe Barthanen has found a spot where he thinks he might be able to capture the wind of some sort to make a windmill. It looked like the two of them were kind of working on something the other day. So I think she's doing well. I mean, it looks healthy.
All right, good. I'm glad to hear that she's settling in a little bit. I know that she was quite upset to have to leave her old home.
Indeed. It's unsettling with what's going on in the area.
Indeed.
Indeed.
But that is why we're here.
Yes, apparently you've also... And he kind of just gestures over to the corner of the room, and that's when you notice Dazzlin and Norbus enjoying a pint of ale, sitting there. And he goes, they were just talking about you over there, saying that you helped fight some kind of slimy ooze creatures of some sort. I don't know.
They were gross.
They
Yeah.
were awesome.
He goes, I'm very happy that we have folks like you, folks like you to take care of these things.
Well, we're very happy to have folks like you to take care of our food and lodging.
Very well.
So I set up in the center and I start playing.
There we go. All right. Was there anything else you wanted to do in the inn?
No, at some point, I mean, I know... Oh, actually, can we inquire if there's anywhere that sells magical items or potions? I know Adabra's supposed to set up, like, a shop where she can sell stuff, but I didn't know if she's the only one.
From what you gather, she's the only game in town.
Okay, then I would like to visit her at some point before we rest, just to see how things are going. Maybe donate a couple of gold pieces or gems to her to help get things underway, so we can maybe purchase items or something.
Sure. That's easy enough. Yeah. You're able to get directions to where the two of them were working on the new site for her shop.
I'll just keep entertaining the inn.
Are we also able to mark off where to go for this ranch on the map? Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so let's do. That's gonna be kind of right over here.
Okay.
So you guys are gonna be traveling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it's about 60 miles or so. You're gonna have at least two long rests before you can reach there.
Who would we? Do we need to get supplies before we go, or is it something that would just be assumed that we have?
I would say you definitely still have some, but if you wanted to freshen up, you would see Barthen.
Okay.
He pretty much runs the general store.
We probably should hit him up tonight, just so in the morning we can literally just leave first thing, because obviously it is a long trip.
Mm-hmm.
I think I have everything I need. I don't know if you have anything that you like to grab before you go.
I just need some sleep.
Yeah.
All right, so before you go to sleep, you said you wanted to go find Adabra.
Yeah.
Okay. Easy enough. It looks like you head over and it looks like there's a dilapidated building that you see her moving some stuff around, and it looks like she's trying to design a storefront or a little workspace that she could do when she sees you walk over.
Adabra, how are you?
Oh, I'm doing fine. How are you, Daisy?
Good. We just wanted to come over and check on your progress, make sure everything's going well.
Yes, I think it might be a little bit before we get things set up, but Barthen, he's quite the craftsman, and I think we'll be able to get things up and running maybe within
We were thinking
a week or two. I don't know. I'm hoping.
We were thinking maybe we could help in ways of the monetary regard if you needed any funds to help build your windmill, get things going off the ground. I know it was...
That's very kind of you. I mean, anything obviously would help at this point, but I could, if you'd like to purchase something, I could give you something for your...
What do you have available?
I have 3 potions of healing that you could purchase if you'd like.
And how much are they each?
50 gold pieces.
50 gold pieces. And I'm alone?
I don't know, you guys tell me.
All right.
I'm not
just
there,
my
but
plate
I don't
armor!
know. I don't know if Marcus went with her or not.
I think I probably would have went with her, but I didn't say that, so if you want to say I'm not there, that's fine.
Hold on, we'll let
All
fate
right.
decide.
I don't want to specify they stay.
Odd, and Marcus is with her. Even, Marcus is not. 13, Marcus is there.
Okay.
All right. So I'm just gonna turn to Marcus and under my breath say, I want to pay full price for that, but we only have 164 gold pieces in our party fund. Obviously, each of us would take a healing potion.
I believe you already have one. The group has one, right?
We do. In my front left pocket.
That's right.
I'd rather not pay full price. I'm pretty sure we could get a discount. I understand the
I'm not
sentiment.
there.
But to be, I think maybe just get one potion. I don't need one. We could get one at full price, but if we were buying more than one, I think there should be a quantity discount in there.
Okay, all right. We'll take one.
Yes, sure.
And I'm gonna give her 9 gold pieces that are mine, on top of the 50.
Okay. Yeah. She goes and finds a vial that has a reddish liquid in there, and she hands it to you. And she goes, "Oh, thank you," and just kind of puts the money off to the side. She's not like counting it. So you get the sense that she doesn't know you gave her more than.
And that's fine. All right. Good luck with getting everything going. We'll be by to visit, I'm sure, at some point in the future.
All right. Yes, thank you. Anytime.
All right. So, Mark, unless you want to go somewhere else, I'm good to head back to the inn and rest.
Yeah, I think I'm ready to sleep for the night. We've already spent enough gold for one day.
All right. So you get back to the inn. You get your rooms paid for thanks to the musical stylings of Landor.
Woohoo!
And Daisy, while you are sleeping, you have a dream.
Oh no.
You have a dream where you are in your hometown growing up, and you see 2 magnificent dragons fighting in this dream, and one of them, it's hard to see because it's dark, but one of them definitely has like a metallic shine to it. And you definitely get the sense in the dream that, just emotionally speaking, you want that one to win. And as they're fighting back and forth, breathing terrible breath weapons on each other, scratching and clawing, you get the sense that the metallic dragon gets like bit in the neck. And the evil dragon turns and looks at you with eyes glowing red, and you aren't exactly sure what to make of what's about to happen as it advances, and it looks like it's about to chomp on you. The metallic dragon comes over and with its big claw grabs it by the neck and scratches its throat, pulling it out. I know it's very nasty, but... And you feel this sense of calm come over you as the dragon comes over, almost like just this massive beast, and puts its arm around you and protects you under its wing. And you feel very safe and secure. And you wake up. In a little bit of a cold sweat, but you're feeling a little bit like... Okay.
All right. Okay. Whew.
Yeah, so you get up nice, bright and early. I think it might even be safe to say that through the walls, there was definitely a point that both of you guys thought, like, is she kind of like yelling in her sleep? Like what's happening? But it's not that uncommon. You know, sometimes Daisy has rough dreams.
I'll say good morning, my friends. Daisy, more extraterrestrials last night?
Background, I had a dream about aliens in real life last night, and it woke me up, and then I couldn't sleep.
Oh.
So.
Short conversation at 3:00 in the morning today.
I had no idea.
All right, should we be on our way? We could have breakfast on the road.
Yes, I think that's a fine idea.
All right, let's go.
All right, so you're gonna head out on the Tribor Trail. Let's see.
I don't know if you guys saw it, but in the Discord chat, I've been marking up the map, and I just sent a picture of it. So.
Oh,
Very
thank you.
nice.
I've been doing that too.
Yeah, nice.
Excuse me.
Well, pardon me for slacking, but I haven't been.
Hang on one sec. Gotta check.
I have the map pulled up, but I have not been marking it.
It's all good.
Somebody. Oh. That's gonna be fun. Okay. So the first day actually is pretty quiet. There's not much happening. It's a little cool. You know, there's a little bit of an eeriness because you can sense the Neverwinter Wood to your north is a little just kind of like a creepy sense to it. It's not like it's a forest and you know it's just a forest, but there is definitely a little, it gives you the heebie-jeebies a little bit just to walk past it. And it's going to be there throughout the rest of your journey. But the first day goes by without any issue.
Hey, during that first day, can I go up to Landor?
Yeah, of
Kind of
course.
like out of like earshot of Marcus. And she's like, "Hey, Landor, what do you know about dragons? I know we're out here to destroy one, but can you tell me what you know about them?"
What do I know about dragons?
Roll a history
If
check.
anything.
5.
Oh no.
So you don't know that
fly?
much about dragons. It's never been something that you've studied. I know you've heard some tales.
I
You know
haven't
they're great
really-
beasts. We'll say you know that usually the bigger they are, the older they are. And that's
I
kind of
don't
it.
know much about them.
Metal good,
I know that they're,
colors bad. That's about it.
I know that the metal ones are generally good. Colors are generally bad. The older they are, the bigger they are. But other than that, they're fearsome creatures. That's about it.
Okay. I would like to hear some of the tales that you've heard about them. I think that might be fun. As we're traveling, I just want to hear him tell all of like the different stories that he's heard of, like dragons being slain or whatever. The good dragons prevailing, stuff like that.
Does Marcus have any
Well,
family history with dragons? Because I think it's a decent chance that Landor might know those stories.
I sent it to him yesterday, so he knows one at least.
So yeah, if you want to tell that story, go for it. And I
Hold
think
up.
at some point it's easy. Marcus would know that it's being told.
It's the first name. There.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, after I asked about it, then I wouldn't be shy about saying that I wanted to hear about the tales. Because, I mean, it's relevant.
Well, there was the one where Damien Winterburn, he killed a young white dragon. It was definitely pretty. It wasn't too large. That's how we know that it was a younger dragon.
Oh, but it was a great beast. 1,000 years ago.
It was
Damien-
a very long.
Aurelius Winterburn, the protector, he was the founder of our house. That is House Winterburn. He was he was an officer in the sovereign's army, and she told him to gather his best men and fight this great beast up in the north. So he gathered his men, and he went and he faced the white dragon. Yes, it was a young white dragon, but it's still large. It's still better than anything that any of us have killed. I haven't heard of anyone slaying any dragons here. I'm very proud.
And that is an impressive feat. Even a young dragon. It's not like he's not just blowing smoke. Like that's.
And to be clear, he actually he killed that dragon by himself. Even though he had men with him during the dragon fight, it was his men were fighting other people and other creatures, and he slayed the dragon himself. So it was no small feat.
And as a reward, we were given lands and titles, and the Winterbird name grew on from there. But there are good dragons, there are bad dragons, and the best dragon is a dead dragon.
Oh.
Even the good ones?
Now, is that actually
Just the bad ones.
from what I heard, and you could correct me, but isn't the white dragon what kind of gave the Winterburn? Isn't that kind of how it became the family name? Or am I mistaken? Okay, that's what I thought.
You're correct.
Because of the fight against that white dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Do we know what color dragon we're like potentially going to be fighting?
White.
White. All right.
Mhm.
And I'm sorry. What color was the dragon in my dream?
It was a white one.
All right.
The white one.
All right. Mhm.
And you're not sure. It seemed like a silvery shine to the good dragon, but silver doesn't quite seem right. You're wondering if it was platinum.
Yeah. Table talk, I thought you were talking about platinum and the obvious.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
All right. That was all the role playing that I.
Yeah. So you could say that was a nice little thing you had around the campfire as you're getting ready to go to bed. And so the next day happens. You wake up. Let's see here. We're going to say that you're getting close to Conyberry. You're thinking it's probably going to be another day's journey to get to the ranch itself, because it is about 60 miles away, and you're kind of definitely most of the way there. But as it's kind of like dusk, you actually everybody make a perception check.
I forgot to roll my dice earlier.
You got to know which ones are good for the day.
That's a 14 for me.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with this one.
15.
Nice.
Look at my thing.
Perception
Yeah,
is
I'm a
Daisy's
minus.
speciality.
Man, all right. So give me 13.
That's pretty good.
Wow, 13, 14, 15.
So Landor notices it first, but you all kind of around the same time. Like he kind of points up in the air, but you saw movement out of your eye, and you could just swear in the distance you see a magnificent creature, and you're not sure how far away versus how big it is, but a gleaming white creature just flying farther east and maybe a little south, but just might have been heading in the direction of where you were going, but you're not entirely sure. And you think it might have been the dragon himself or herself.
Daisy freezes like that, like just wide-eyed, doesn't move, holds her breath.
Marcus would have a very serious and like kind of determined look, because that was his goal, right? Is to come here and slay that dragon, and now he's come.
The dragon is definitely flying far away from you. Like, I mean, even if you were sprinting, like you can't reach it, but just.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's not trying to catch up to it. He's just kind of like gone into like a warrior's gaze with it.
This is what I do.
Someday.
Yeah.
This is gonna be awesome.
That dragon will meet its end, and it will come by my hand or one of our hands.
Landor's all excited. I think I saw the dragon, guys.
Daisy's like,
Is it just me, or did it look like it was heading towards Buttermilk Ranch?
I love
did
that.
have
Buttermilk Ranch. It was looking that way and then kind of looked like it was veering south a bit, so you wouldn't think it is heading that way.
Okay.
You're maybe like 5 to 10 miles from Conyberry at this point.
I feel like it may have gone past a little bit, but you never know. I mean, we could run into it near Butterskull.
In fact, let's just for fun, let's just roll the dice again. Hold on. Natural 20. What does that mean?
What does that mean?
I don't even know what that means.
Natural 20 on a random encounter is either something great or something terrible.
So you guys are definitely off the trail immediately because you don't want to literally sleep on the road because that's just foolish. And you notice as it veers south, it's now veering, and you're kind of like, oh crap! Is this heading towards us right now? Like, and it's just you think it might be headed in your direction.
I would put out the fire. If we had a fire.
Put it out, you fools!
If we had a fire, I would put it out. I would say, I don't know if this is coming towards us. I know we can defeat this, but we will do it on our terms and not on this dragon's terms. So, hide, you fools.
And actually, at that point, you notice the dragon kind of seems like it lands somewhere off in the distance. You're not entirely sure where, because it's, a little bit ways away, and it is starting to get dark.
Do we hear any screaming?
No, I mean, it's pretty big, so you could see it in the distance.
Okay, so we should hide. I agree.
Oh, man.
And as you're talking about it and kind of looking around, and you're looking around, you're thinking, like, okay, where is it that we could hide from a dragon? And then you see the object come heading farther south off the road. So, like, if you're kind of... I'll just show you here. So if you guys are kind of, I want to say you're somewhere around here. You see...
I can't see your mouse.
It's not showing your mouse.
Oh, whoops, sorry, I was on the other thing.
There you go.
So if you're somewhere around here, you had seen the dragon kind of go like this, swoop this way, and turn around, land, and then kind of head this way. And there's no indication that the dragon noticed you.
How close was the dragon to us when it landed? Was that like far away, or I could like walk to it?
I mean, a little far away, but you could walk to it. I mean, it's...
And how close are we
within
to
a
the
mile.
trees of Neverwinter?
Okay.
I'm sorry, Michael?
How close are we to the tree line?
We'll say you guys were close to, do you think you were headed on the tree side, or where do you think you would want to... This is giving you the heebie-jeebies. You're probably closer to the hills. I'm thinking.
Yeah, true.
Just gonna say, I don't know why he would have turned around and stopped, but I feel like there must be some sort of reason. You guys, how do you feel about going over there and seeing if we could find anything? Any evidence of why it would have stopped there? I mean, maybe it just picked up a cow, who knows, but I would like to go see.
Well, it's not very far from there, even if it did leave, so it may come back to whatever drew it there. Do you want to risk that fight now?
Yeah, I think we'll be okay.
All right, let's do it.
All right, just assuming all of you are going, unless someone's going to speak up and say something.
Are you okay with this, Daisy?
I guess so.
All right, so I would say it takes the better part of a half an hour, 40 minutes or so, and you come across what looks like a solid chunk of ice encasing like an ogre that looks like it was kind of bit in half, and like you're guessing it was an ogre because there's just these meaty ham hocks of legs.
Wow.
Kind of there, and that's kind of all that's left, and it looks like maybe it's starting to melt a little bit because it's not below freezing, so it would start to melt. But your best guess after looking at this is thinking dragon saw some lunch, froze it, chomped it, flew off with it.
Well, at least he's probably not hungry anymore.
I think maybe he might have his or her den somewhere in those hills, since she or he walked off with her meal, or the meal.
Yes.
In that direction.
Definitely.
So I think we should hug the tree line a little closer.
Yeah, I would like to have some tree cover from the dragon, and I think just a hunch, but I think her lair might be near the Sword Mountains. If that's where she ate, or he ate, and grabbed food and brought it back in that area. So if we have to travel near the Sword Mountains, let's be very careful.
Agreed.
All right.
And I'm glad we didn't have to fight that ogre. Dragon's just saving us time.
So now we're going to walk back to the tree line to spend the night and kind of do it in tree cover. Is that what the plan is?
Yeah.
All right. Easy enough to set up your camp in the, say maybe you go in for a few hundred feet into the trees to make sure you have a decent cover from the road, anything that might be heading your way. Again, it's a little heebie-jeebie-ish, and, but your night...
Do we hear anything? Because normally in the forest you would hear creature noises and things like that.
Just, nothing seems out of the ordinary.
That's
Maybe
better than completely silent, so I'll take that. If it was completely silent, that would be
like,
extra creepy.
Something's wrong here. No, you hear regular stuff, but just even the sounds themselves feel a little haunted in some ways. Yeah. But things are alive, seemingly. So it's like, all right, that's something.
Hopefully it's not an undead owl, but
yeah. Oh gosh, can you imagine? Like you just you see it, and then the owl just goes like, and it's like a skull that kind of turns and looks at you. Just these glowing lich eyes in the owl. No, but the night more or less goes smoothly. Daisy, you do have another dream.
Oh, Jesus.
And this one is not an encounter as much as you just feel as though you are safe under this dragon's wing, and you actually are kind of like resting, kind of like, I know Josh probably could do this because his dog is massive, but you could kind of sleep kind of on his shoulder a little bit, and that's kind of a way you get, like, you get a very strong sense of safety with this dragon. It's kind of the only real, it's more like you're being comforted right now than there's any intensity in that.
Okay. So I sleep really well. Like, my mouth is wide open, there's coming out. Like, where my arms are like splayed out.
Yeah. Gnome snoring. Rock gnomes. Yeah, so
I definitely have sleep apnea.
Definitely have sleep apnea. So you wake up in the morning, and everything seems to be uneventful. We'll say you're about 5 miles off the trail from where Conyberry would be.
Daisy wants to get up a little bit earlier.
Okay.
And not wander too far, but like just out of earshot of the two of them, and just start, I don't know, thinking, talking out loud about dragons and curiosities and her past.
Okay.
And while she's doing that, she's gonna hold oh geez, what is it? The symbol that she found while she was traveling before she met them. That, hold on, I have to read what it actually is because I don't want to mess that up. It's like it's like cold to the touch, and it's like in the shape of a dragon's mouth opening.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, once they notice that they're stirring, though, I'm gonna get up. I'll go walk over to them.
Sure. Yeah, so you guys get up, you notice Daisy's kind of not there, but I'll say off in the distance you can see her kind of just leaning up against a tree while she's deep in her Daisy thoughts.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. How did you guys sleep?
Well, as
It was all right.
slept as well as you can with the dragon flying overhead.
I got so much rest. Great. I feel so energetic. I think I could kill a ton of stuff today. Let's go find some orcs.
Perfect. Glad to hear that you were able to sleep well tonight. I didn't hear you screaming this day. So, I guess
Yeah,
night
the other
terrors were
morning.
better.
Woo.
Well, you know dreams. They're up
Very
and down.
true. Can't control them
Yes.
either. They just happen.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you gather your things, gather camp up, and you head out, and you reach what is the abandoned town of Conyberry. It is eerily silent, except for the whistling wind as it blows through the settlement's burned and crumbled down structures. As you make your way through the abandoned ruins, you spot 3 unsaddled riding horses grazing near an old well. Say, everybody roll a perception check. Not so good.
7.
Yeah.
It's a 13 for me.
0.
0. Yes. Marcus notices they each seem to have a brand on them, and it's the letters B-A-K.
B-A-K.
Well, I mean, it could be for Butterskull and then Alphonse Kalazorn,
Yes,
but I don't know for sure.
that sounds right. I think we should look for the riders. Is there any sign
Well,
of them?
They are unsaddled.
that,
Oh, they're
that,
unsaddled.
that
Oh.
makes me worry. That
Okay.
means they might have been set free somehow.
Well, I think he would appreciate if we brought these back, and I would appreciate having a horse to ride on for the last leg of this trip. What say you?
Well, who am I gonna ride with? Because I can't control a horse. I just can't do it.
Can
Well-
we ride them? Do they have like you said they're unsaddled, but do they have like the reins on them?
I would think not.
Okay.
I would think you would be able to ride it, but it might not be easy to control. You might be able to rig something up with rope, and I'm not a horse expert.
I do.
but-
I do have my 50 feet of silk rope that I could use to we could guide him along.
Yes, you are always talking about your 50. Yeah, so I would I'll like walk up to the horse and just kind of like put my hand on its nose and be like, "Hey there."
All right,
Probably
make
seen
an
some.
animal handling check.
So it'll be a 12, and I'll just continue saying like, "You might have seen some rough times, but we're gonna take care of you. We're gonna keep you safe." And I'll kind of like give it a little rub.
Sure. Like as you approach, you get to about, I'll say 7 or 8 feet from it, and it kind of just steps back a little bit before you can get there. Doesn't like bolt, but definitely moves 20 feet away from you.
Could I take out a sugar cube or a carrot from my provisions?
Sure. Yeah, we'll say you got some
Give it-
veggies.
All right.
Now
Yeah,
make another one with advantage.
That was worse.
Oh.
Yeah, that was 11 this time.
Yeah, it just seems like anytime you try to get closer, it just seems a little spooked by you.
Is anyone good with animals?
I'm not terrible, but I'm not good. But I'll see what I can do.
Okay.
So let me see if...
Go ahead, make an animal handling check. Here comes the natural one.
not quite. 5.
5. Okay. Yeah, as soon as you start to try and get near it, it's not having it. It just walks away.
I mean, I can try,
And
but
even as it turns, just like the tail itself is just like almost just like no, not having this.
I can try, but I good with animals. Never have been.
Can I just try to give it more food and talk it down, like to just be like, it's all right.
Yeah, do you want to have each other do an assist of some kind, or?
Yeah, let me assist Josh.
Okay. We'll say you're laying a little trail of carrots.
There we go. I got a 16 this time.
Okay, so Daisy puts a carrot down, walks away. You put a carrot down, you walk away, and then it kind of just leading the trail up to you. And eventually, after taking 15 minutes or so, the horse kind of comes up to you and just kind of puts its head down, and you're able to pet it and just kind of soothe it.
Okay. And then I'll say what I said before.
Okay. Like, I know you've seen some hard times. It just kind of goes.
Daisy's gently rubbing its knee because that's all I can reach.
That's good you can reach, yeah.
So I would like to try to rig something with the rope, and to be able to steer a little bit, and then also to keep the third horse with us, because I'm assuming Landor and I are going to be riding, and then Daisy's going to be with either me or Landor.
Yeah, we'll say that's easy enough. You're not sure about how successful you could ride it in like a an action situation, but you wanted to just kind of ride the horse on the way there. Although with chainmail, might be a little rough on the horse's back.
Okay, I could just walk it then.
Yeah. Either way, you feel like you have some form of control over the animal
to guide them along.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would say we walk them back. Do we want to look around the town first?
Just out of curiosity, did we know this was this already an abandoned town, or is this something that we? Okay.
No, Conyberry. Actually, I'll just read a little. Actually, roll a history check.
Oh man, my rolls have been abysmal today.
You need to use different dice.
No.
7.
7, yeah. We'll say you know that the town was abandoned because it was sacked by barbarians years ago.
And that's with my +3.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, with knowing that it was abandoned, I would just say we probably should just get to Butterskull, personally.
I agree.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
So, like I said, you see the hill, and it looks like you could see the ranch in the distance, maybe a few hundred feet off, and you see a cow just kind of, hopefully Josh is okay. Okay, you see a cow in the distance kind of just grazing on some grass. Looks like there's a bell around its neck.
The cow's alive. That's a good sign. Orcs don't usually leave anything alive.
Just kind of. It sees Marcus coughing and just kind of goes. That's good.
I had some water down the wrong pipe.
I thought that's what happened, man. If he's not coughing, that's when there's a real problem.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and it doesn't look like there's any sign of like that there was an attack. It just kind of looks like there.
I mean, it's not like in a pen or anything like that. It's just kind of off on the road, you know.
Oh, it's on the road.
Yeah, I mean, it's off the road a little bit, just eating grass, you know.
Okay.
But
so it's not like it's not where it should be then.
Correct.
Okay.
Can you guys see if it's got a brand on it?
Yeah, as you approach on the hindquarters, you see BAK.
Alright.
Just like the horses have.
I will.
But she just kind of just like looks up at you like.
I'd like to add it to our group.
A bit blank, but you know. But yeah, easy enough. She seems to just kind of follow you as you start walking down the trail to continue headed towards the ranch. Just like, okay.
Got ourselves an animal train.
Pretty much.
I'd like to just try to be vigilant and like at this point, you know, we're getting kind of close and
yeah,
seeing signs that either the animals were set free or they broke out. So let's try to look for any signs of an attack or where there would be anything.
Yeah, do we see or smell anything? Like, do we smell anything burnt or like old burnt?
Well, I'll read the following boxed text aloud.
Do we smell death?
Butterskull Ranch occupies a large plot of land on the north side of the Tribor Trail, nestled between two hills. Beyond a ramshackle wooden fence stand cornfields, an apple orchard, gardens, and pasture land. A path breaks off from the trail to lead to a 2-story farmhouse next to a pond. West of the farmhouse are the charred remains of a barn and smithy that have burned to the ground. As you approach, you see pigs harmlessly wandering the fields, the gardens, the orchard. And as you get even closer, between the farmhouse and the gutted barn lie the scattered corpses of 2 orcs and 5 humans, swarming with flies.
The stench of death is thick here.
Guess we know where we found all the animals.
Yeah. I guess we
Well-
don't know what they look like, so we couldn't really see. Do any of them look to match Big Al's description?
None of them seem like they'd be old enough to be like a retired person. Not that they're all in great shape at this point, but you do see like slashing wounds. One skull looks like it's bashed in. Like there's a battle definitely ensued here within the last couple days, or few days, I guess.
Do we see any like tracks or anything nearby that look like somebody ran? Like, does it look like they killed everybody and then left, or does it look like they were driven off? Or can I gather anything from that? Or
Let's say make an investigation check, and everybody can do it too.
Investigation.
Discovery.
it's a 21.
-1.
13.
How'd you get a -1 on investigation? Don't you?
That's
You have a
Oh wait,
plus.
hold on.
That's intelligence.
I was like, wait a minute. Your wisdom is minus. Your intelligence.
There we go. Sorry, I was looking at the.
That's fine.
That's gonna be a 5.
Josh is like, I know the things. Yeah, so Josh, you see, it looks like there's just kind of what you would expect, typical wear and tear as far as tracks go to the farmhouse. It looks like the windows are open in the farmhouse. You don't see necessarily any activity at the moment there, but
can I get any sort of sense of how many orcs I would have like does it look like there were a lot? There probably were a lot more than this.
Gotcha. You did roll really high, so you would guess maybe a dozen or so. And you're not sure how many of those prints may belong to the now dead versus the still living.
Yeah.
But
okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
You did roll pretty high on there, so.
Thank you. It looks like there were, by my estimate, I would say there were probably about 12 of them. We should look and see if we can find any sign of Alphonse.
Yeah, because from what they were saying, there probably should be 7 or 8 people, humans, give or take, here. Because they said there was approximately half a dozen ranch workers plus Alphonse would. So.
Yeah, I would say that's definitely was a guess, and I think you. So, don't be married to those numbers exactly, but.
Right.
But also, that was a great idea if that's why you asked that originally.
It was to try to see how many people we were rescuing or might be alive, how well they could fight people off,
I like it.
But
yeah, so I would say you're probably about 120 feet from the farmhouse. In order to get to the farmhouse, you'd cross the pond. And actually, I could kind of show you an example of what it might be here.
While you're doing that, I'm going to talk to the group. What doesn't make full sense here is if there was 12 orcs and they did completely defeat, normally orcs raise things to the ground. So I'm surprised that the farmhouse is still alive, and I'm surprised still standing and it's not burned down. And I'm also surprised about the amount of animals that are still alive, especially with the orcs we've seen have been underfed. I would have thought that they would have taken more with them if they did completely annihilate everybody here. So this definitely seems a little bit odd.
Well,
maybe Alphonse and his people were able to drive them off.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So just to zoom out a little bit here, these are hills, so going up is elevation here, and down is elevation here, so this is more like a valley in this area. This here is the destroyed barn, this is the destroyed smithy, here's the pond, there's the farmhouse, and we'll say you guys are kind of, as you were coming up, you just saw, it looked like there was a battle or so is in this area as you're just searching.
So you said the bodies were covered with flies. Can we tell how they've been dead?
Sure, make a medicine check.
I shall assist you.
Awesome.
Awesome.
I had to find the other D20 that I was saying.
Like, this one is not.
Nice! Natural 20!
Nice.
Excellent. So we're going to go ahead and say...
But I have a -2. So it's an 18.
Fair enough.
But
right,
still a natural 20.
I didn't realize that yours would be -2.
We're going to go ahead and say... We're going to go ahead and say it's maybe between 5 days and a week.
Wait. How do you have a -2 for...
Isn't that wisdom?
It's wisdom?
Wisdom.
Oh, I thought it was intelligence. Okay, my bad.
Yeah, I think you could make a case either way on
Not so
medicine.
wise. It looks like they've been dead for...
And you guys
I don't know,
came from up
maybe
here, down this direction.
A week? It doesn't look like... Can we see like any activity from where we are? Maybe we just need to get closer.
as you're just looking, and you see maybe some figures walk past a window. It's hard to make out exactly what they are, but you gather that there is activity in the farmhouse.
Do you guys think, in case it's, I don't know, orcs inside the farmhouse, if they decided to hold up in there, we should put the animals someplace where they'll be safe? And continue on foot?
I think that's a
we've
good
already
idea.
been on foot, but
I mean, because we're kind of in the ranch area now. I don't think they'll stray too far, in the next few hours.
Is there a place where we could kind of close them in?
If you're looking to try and find a safe spot, I would say either working with the orchard somewhere, or maybe something along with the fences.
Okay.
Or if you want to maybe this area here is like a pasture.
Okay.
So that might be a good spot to put them, but you may have to go past the destroyed barn. I don't know how you feel about
Is the orchard fenced in?
The orchard is not fenced in. This looks like a fence that's been kind of like, there's definitely missing spots on it.
I think we should leave them in the orchard. There's food there.
They'll be happy with the apples.
And I'd rather not tie them up, because just in case the orcs are still around here, I'd rather them not get, killed by orcs because they can't get away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's it. Put them in the orchard.
Sure. You just kind of move them over there, and the cow is just kind of like just starts eating grass in the orchard. Like, it just seems very like, okay. The horses
go.
And I'll give the horse that I bonded with. It was apples, I guess, apple orchard.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna grab one and give it to the horse.
Oh,
give
yeah.
him a little pat before I walk away.
Absolutely. So it's definitely around midday. So the sun is definitely out. And you don't necessarily, I don't know what your goals are, but it's pretty clear path to the farmhouse. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of cover. If you are interested in some form of stealthy approach, you might have to get creative.
I think I'm okay to just walk to it. How many windows are there? Are like facing us?
Roll a perception check. It's a little far away, but
10.
23.
Fantastic.
okay. There's at least 10 windows between the first story and the second story.
Do you guys want me
have,
to... Oh, go ahead.
I'm just saying that could have a potential view.
Okay.
4, 2 on the top, 4 on this side, and I guess the rest on the bottom.
Okay.
And how far away is it? Is it like 100 yards kind of a thing that would take just a minute or two to cross?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay.
So whatever ranged weapon we use is not going to be a disadvantage at that range.
Say again, I'm sorry.
So ranged weapons aren't going to be a disadvantage from...
They would be.
Your yards instead of feet.
Oh, yards, yeah. Okay.
I think I said 100 feet before, but...
Oh.
Okay, perfect.
I feel like the scaling of this doesn't look right, because if this is the case, they say one square is 5 feet, this house is like 7 feet by 4 feet, and that just isn't right. So yeah, let's go with the yards instead. Or how far away you want to be from the house right now is also acceptable.
I would like to be 80 feet from the house.
Well, I was thinking, I wonder if I should cast invisibility on one of us, and one of us go maybe scout out the farmhouse?
Is one of us very stealthy?
I'm pretty stealthy. I've got a +7.
Oh, geez, you're extremely stealthy.
Not Marcus.
What is a +7?
I'm extremely stealthy.
So I don't think we really need to worry too much about being stealthy through it, but if they are going to attack us, if there's someone inside, they would have to be using those windows or the outsides of it. So I'd say we all have ranged weapons. Let's get our ranged weapons aimed towards those windows. I could take the top right, somebody take the top left, and somebody get the bottom.
And then just walk up nice and close. Just like walk up
nice and close. Yeah, you could stealth if you'd like. You could, sure, but
wouldn't it make sense to approach friendly? If we approach the house, weapons drawn, would they not assume that we're here to?
It would not be wise to approach a house where we know that there's orcs about.
This may affect your thinking, and I could have described the area a little better. So these area here, like the green things, these are gardens, and this is a cornfield. So Daisy for sure is shorter than the stalks. I would say Marcus is probably the tallest of you two. His head might stick out a little bit, but if he just kind of crouches, he would be fine. If that was a goal of yours. Like I said, I could have described the area a little better.
That's fine.
So why don't we get a little closer and see who's there?
Sure.
Yeah. Say we go through the cornfield to approach the house, and stealthily, all three of us.
So, okay, so what would be like your goal spot, kind of where my mouse is in this area?
Yeah, I think we would be close enough at that point that if we saw somebody through the windows, theoretically we could tell if they were human or orc.
I would say everybody roll a stealth check.
Stealth check in.
Unfortunately, you cannot assist someone on a stealth check.
Natural 20.
That's a 12 for me.
Yeah.
I got a 19, which gives me a 20.
Yeah, nobody seems to notice. I mean, even Marcus, it must have been like a nice breeze or something going on, because any like armor clanking doesn't seem to be all
They've
that
got
noticeable.
Wind chimes, actually.
Yeah, a little
on the porch.
And so you get there, and you definitely notice some orcs in there. You notice at least 3 distinct orcs on the second floor. And you haven't seen anyone on the first floor yet.
Are they looking outside or anything like that, or what's their focus on?
They don't seem to be looking outside or seem to be like diligent in some fashion. Just like you see different people walk past the window, you know.
And they're only orc?
Is there
you haven't seen anything
windows
else
on this side of the house that could see us? Or is it the same side of the house that
Do you mean
we
over
saw
on
the
this one?
windows before? Yes.
You see, it looks like two more windows.
We want to approach and go up to the house from this side.
I have an idea.
Oh, sure. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, this would only work if we don't think that they have anyone held captive in there. But based on what everyone has said so far, they don't. Why don't we just set it ablaze?
Oh.
I've got a tinderbox, and I've got some oil. You just dip an arrow, set it on fire, and smoke them out.
I don't think it's worth the risk, but I like where your head's at, because what I was thinking is we could have our friend Landor check with his elven stealth and go see how many entrances and exits there are around the perimeter of the house, and we could set one entrance on fire outside of it so that they can't escape that way, and that way we have them all focused on one door Does that make sense?
I like that plan.
I love this
Once
part
we
as the
set-
Kill
DM.
some orcs.
Huh?
I said I love
Once
this
we
part as
set-
the DM.
Once we set something on fire, though, it's gonna spread. If we try to do one door, it's not gonna take long for this whole house to go up.
Oh, not to set the whole house on fire. Set a fire right outside of the door so that it would be difficult to go in and out. Maybe not. Maybe we could just walk inside. I'm sure it will be fine. We've killed
Let's just pull them out. Let's just bring them out. Let's do what you said before. We'll take out some windows, running out. It'll be great, and we'll kill them all.
I mean, with the style of fighting that you guys are, I feel like we would be better suited if we went in. Because I feel like close corridors works better for both of your guys' style, and inside the house I would think would be a little bit tighter and a little bit less room to work, and would work to our advantage more.
I agree.
All right, let's do it.
So what
Do
are
we
you
see a
doing?
door on the back side, or
Um,
just windows?
on the south side, you look. It looks like there's a little stoop area, kind of right here.
But there's not one on the east side?
You don't see one now.
Would
Do
we
we
be
wanna-
able to climb up to the second story window? Is there like a roof underneath it, or is it just kind of like flat? You know, like something we could stand on right outside that?
Sure,
Window,
you
yeah.
imagine you could find a spot to maybe climb up.
Well,
It might be difficult to be
Quiet.
quiet doing so, but you know,
well, if I could do it
Possible.
in one turn.
sure.
But all right, my friends, how would you like to approach?
Is just out of curiosity, is that the front door or the back door, the one on the south side?
Yes.
I can't.
I
I
mean,
feel like that-
Yes.
I feel like that would be the back door because, like, wouldn't you have all your land behind you? Like, thinking like in like real world, like normally you have like your fields behind your
Yeah.
house, right?
All right, I say let's go for the back door.
I'm from New York. I don't know anything about that.
yeah.
What's a field?
Marcus, something happened to your accent. So yeah, I guess just until you tell me something that you do.
So,
I'm not
so
sure
we
what to-
we stealth approach to the back door is
Yeah,
what I'm guessing the goal is.
all three of you.
I'll let the
All
two
three.
of them walk first, and then I'll walk last.
Landor,
so I
can you make
guess-
Marcus invisible? That would give him advantage, right? For
That
Yes.
would just give me
It
regular.
would cancel his disadvantage.
I would roll one die.
Well, yeah.
I don't think it's.
Is it
no.
worth it? I mean,
It's
because
a-
we're gonna go in pretty obviously, anyways.
I don't.
Yeah.
It's probably not worth it unless if you guys think it is, I'll do it.
No, that's fine.
Nah, forget about it. Here we go.
All right. So me and Daisy run up to or stealth up to the door first. 26.
Okay.
No.
I
Oh
will keep-
god.
While they're doing this,
Yes.
I want to just keep a javelin trained on the windows or just around that area. And if I see any orcs, like notice them and try to attack them, I want to just throw a javelin at it.
Okay. So what'd you get there, Daisy?
Daisy got a 7.
All right.
She's
So
just ready to kill some things.
so this is what we'll do. We'll go ahead and show ground level.
Ooh, wow, lovely.
Oh, they have a well inside their. Oh no, wait, that's the outside. Oh,
So we're gonna say Landor. He's kind of approaching. He said Marcus is gonna be far back, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, wherever you think makes sense.
We'll say you guys are coming up from the cornfields up here, right?
Sure.
And as as you come up here, there's a little bit of a little hole in the ground that you didn't quite notice. and you kind of step into it or off on the side of it a little bit, and it looks like you're gonna roll your ankle, so you kind of tumble a little to try and avoid any damage. And it definitely like makes sound, like you're fine, but Landor immediately freezes. Marcus has that javelin. He's like, okay, like here we go. And
all right, I guess
do we roll for initiative?
I'm gonna try and crawl into the hole that I almost and see if I can kind of like, I mean, I'm small. I'm gonna try and hide myself in the hole.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually say Landor, because of that, kind of gets up against the house. Like, I feel like that might have been your reaction.
Yeah. Not next to it. I mean, like, to where they look out a window, they can't see.
Right, like you're up against the wall. Or the side of it. And Marcus is close enough to the fence and the cornfield to sort of not be immediately seen. And Daisy is there. I mean, she's not exactly hidden.
She needs Mask of the Wild.
Mm-hmm. I think it's probably a good idea for everyone to roll initiative at this point. Not necessarily in combat mode yet, but I really feel like this is happening.
Oh boy.
It's a 15.
Hold on, I have to roll all of my dice to see which one for today.
Hey,
Okay.
that's not fair.
That's kind of like crazy advantage, but sure.
Lost it. No, then I'm gonna re-roll the one
I'm joking.
that is the lowest.
That's still not fair.
Oh damn. Well, it doesn't matter because I got 7. I got 7 actually. It was a 5 plus 2 because of my initiative.
Okay. Landor?
17.
Okay.
That was 15 for me.
And what did you have?
Daisy had a 7.
7.
So you're gonna try and hide in this hole?
Mm-hmm.
Make a stealth check. Let's see how creative you can get.
Oh boy. All right. Oh man. Man, I'm rolling garbage today. 8.
An 8. Okay, so Daisy kind of like rolls over, tumbles, and then rolls back. And she realizes it's like not really that deep of a hole at that moment in time.
Can I cast Minor Illusion?
You can. What do you want to do?
Can I cast Minor Illusion over the window just to make it look like the field?
Ooh.
Okay.
Just over that one window right there.
Very interesting. Roll a charisma check to see how accurately you can make a depiction of the field. Oh, well. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, that sounds like fun.
22.
Okay, so you nailed it. And that's the first floor window. There is also one right there. I'm assuming you're able to do it, like, say, for this one here, right?
Yeah, that's really the only one I feel like I can't do all of them. Or,
Sure.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
so I just picked that one.
And Marcus, what's the trigger for you throwing this javelin?
I said if I see an orc show up and notice them, but you could be the person who decides whether I think they notice them.
Okay, sure. That sounds like fun. You guys do see an orc come to this first window. Rolled a natural 20. And you see it point right where Daisy is and go rah 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 rah, and then say, I see someone. I noticed someone. So I'm assuming let's go ahead and throw
Yeah.
throw the javelin at that point.
So the last action that I took was a stealth check, and it was a successful one. So do I have advantage on this?
Heck yes, you have an advantage on this.
Right, cool. I didn't want to assume.
Heck yes.
Whew, that's a natural 20.
Woo!
All right, let's go.
Sweet. All right, let me get D6 for javelins.
Yes.
Or javelinas, if you're the voice actor from SpongeBob. playing D&D.
Javelinas.
So that would be a very nice 7 points of piercing damage.
To the chest.
Alright, hang on 1 second. Get some orc tokens here.
Such a disappointing 20. It's like, yeah, and I rolled a 1 into 2 for damage. I mean, I'll take it. I'm just saying.
So you throw. I'm sorry, I was just setting that up. How much did you hit him for?
7.
7. Okay.
Piercing.
Yeah, so you see him point and kind of turn his head, and the next thing he knows, he goes thunk, and there's like a javelin sticking into his like chest and shoulder up here. He goes ah, and like takes the thing out and walks away from the window. You're not entirely sure what's going on next. So we'll say we'll start at the top, which the orcs actually did have 18 on their initiative, so they go first.
Godspeed, Landor.
I'm so sorry.
I tried.
So here comes this bad boy right here. Comes out the door. He looks healthy, looks like a different one, and looks like he's about to run past you, and then notices you and takes a swing with his great axe.
Oh gosh.
Natural 1. I went from a natural 20 to a natural 1. And the axe just kind of like slams into the side of the house, and it looks like it's kind of stuck there for a moment.
Nice.
You guys notice another one show up at this window. Another one show up at that window. This one throws at Izzy, who we'll say is prone, which actually gives him disadvantage on a javelin throw. Natural 3, so I'm gonna go ahead and guess the next it doesn't matter, it's a miss.
Yep.
This one also tries to do that. 8 and a natural 1. Okay, so so that thing he throws it, and it just like hits this thing here, like this little stoop. It just was a terrible throw. And then out of the top of the house, which say there's a guy up there.
What is this?
This is the second story.
Yeah.
Okay.
Second story window.
Yeah,
Okay.
2 more, both going at Daisy.
Oh, shoot. Okay. Oh,
5 and a
I missed
6.
that.
I'm glad I'm prone.
A 19 and a 9. Okay, so the javelin, what would be the javelin to hit? 14?
That misses.
Misses,
Armor
okay.
class 15.
Yeah, so I mean, it's like Jon Snow somehow surviving the Battle of the Bastards when he like goes down. It's just like all a rain of javelins like around him, just around Daisy, and you're like, oh my god, how am I still alive? And Landor, you go.
All right. So the guy that's in front of me, I'm gonna hit him with some dissonant whispers.
That sounds like a very wise decision.
He's got to make a
Oh yeah, it's a wisdom
saving
save,
throw.
right?
Yep, a wisdom save
Okay,
of 15.
it's the 4th natural 1 I have rolled. I'm changing the dice.
You also got a 20.
I did. But it just made him see. Okay.
Right at the wrong time. I mean, I got a 22 on my illusion. Alright, 7 damage, and he has to move as far away as his speed will allow. I don't
7?
happen to get...
Okay.
Yes, 7. I don't happen to get an attack of opportunity on him, do I?
Yeah,
With
you
my
have a
rapier?
reaction. Oh yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Does Dissonant Whispers cancel out if if they take damage?
No, it's not like it's not like a control spell with concentration. Like they use their reaction to run, and you're using your reaction to attack with your rapier.
There's my notes.
Well, we'll see if he even makes it.
And 8 more damage. Well, wait, do I have to do an attack? I do it.
Yeah, you have to see if you hit.
Oh, sorry. +5. 19.
19 hits.
And then I rolled a 5, which would be 8 damage. Do you want me to re-roll that since I rolled that before?
Yeah, do it, because he's got 8 hit points left, and I don't like that.
Oh. Okay. 10 damage.
Ah,
So-
dang!
I was gonna say, suck yesterday.
Yeah, so like he comes in there, the axe jams into the side of the thing. He looks like he's trying to pull it out, and you're just like, whatever it is with your psychotic dissonant whispers, and he goes, ah, and tries to run away, and you just stab him in the back with your rapier. He's trying to get out of there. He just collapses in a heap over the, like as he's running, he like falls over this ledge right here, just.
And as a bonus action, I'm going to cast Bardic Inspiration on Daisy.
Okay, and you have movement if you would like to take it.
I want to go 2 over to the right.
So like this.
So I just want to be on the other side of that window, yes.
Okay.
Because I'm assuming that with being that close to the wall, they would have a really tough time throwing javelins at me. But, I mean, that's up to you. But anyway.
Yeah. We'll see.
Okay.
I don't
So
know.
that's where I'm going.
That's fair. All right, Marcus is up next.
Okay.
Get to the doorway.
I don't want them to get what's that, 4 javelin attacks on me.
You'll be fine. I was fine.
Well, they wouldn't get attacks of
Totally
opportunity with the javelin, would they?
No.
No, but
Okay.
I would end my turn in their range.
Did you get inside the doorway?
We'd say one movement to could get you to the door.
Oh, okay. I can't. I wasn't counting.
Can I tell based on where they're standing that I'd be able to reach them with my halberd if I got to the door, or no?
No. I
Okay.
would say you're not sure.
Alright, that's fair.
Just because you're not entirely sure what the inside of it looks like either.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. Okay. If I got to right by where the stairs are, like that space underneath it, would I have any sort of cover?
Like here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I give you like half cover.
Okay, cool.
Plus 2 to your AC.
And can I reach that guy in the window, like right in front of me?
He's actually not. He ran away.
Oh, okay, he did.
So he was the first one that, when he took your javelin in the first place and then ran away. So there's actually not one at that.
Okay, good to know. All right. So then before I make that run, I just want to try to throw a javelin at the one that's right up. That's all the way on the right side. Yeah, that guy.
Okay.
That's gonna be 16 to hit.
16 hits.
I always roll 1s and 2s with my d6s. So that was a 1 + 4, so 5 piercing.
Okay.
And then I'll do what I said and go there and enter a defensive stance with my halberd.
Okay. Sounds good. And then Daisy, you are prone.
All right.
So to stand up takes half your movement.
Half my movement. So then how many squares will I be able to move if I
I'd give you 3.
3?
Yeah, so it'll take 2 of them to stand.
1, 2, 3. Okay, I want to bonus action rage and use half my movement as I'm raging. Jump up, like kind of like that cool, like where like they jump up not using their hands.
Yeah, like kip up or whatever that's called.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I want to go 1 space forward, and then diagonal to the left, and then 1 space forward.
Okay. So you're standing there at the base of the steps.
Yeah, and I know I haven't actually hit any. I am. So.
Just as a thing, if she used half of her movement, she would only have
12 and a half feet. So I'm just giving
Yeah.
it to her.
Okay. All right. Just
I know. Yeah.
I know usually we round down in D&D. That's the only reason why.
It's true. It's just a little harsh on people with little legs like that. So, and she did a cool kip up move. I mean,
That's
you
true.
heard that.
Maybe she jumped forward 5 feet when
Yes,
she did
it was
Yeah.
a tumble.
that.
I should just somersault around from now on whenever I'm.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, you should.
Do it.
That doesn't count as like standing, right?
Definitely not. No.
Okay, yeah, so but do I want to block the stairs? Actually, you know what? Let me just go 3 forward from where I was instead of doing the diagonal, just because I don't want to
Okay.
block the stairs.
This is where you were, so you want to go 1, 2, 3?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And
right
you
outside
are
the
not
window.
able to see through the window because you are too short.
But they can't see me either. So.
That's true. Now, just as you know, if you are not attacked, you will lose your rage.
Oh, right. Okay.
Something to think about.
Could throw a javelin before. Sorry.
It's true.
I could just throw a javelin through the window and hope I hit. All right. Yeah. You know what? 'Cause-
Well,
So
Throw it
you
before
stood up.
move.
This is what you do. You stood
Yeah.
up. You rage. You know that you have to hit something or be attacked. You have to attack or be attacked to keep your rage going. You're as a barbarian, you would know that.
Yeah. All right. So you know what? I'll throw a javelin at one of the guys who's second story.
Okay.
Window.
So one of these guys.
Yeah. Let's take the guy
4 or 5?
Let's go 4. Let's go with 4.
Okay.
All right, man. Let's see if I'm gonna hit you with this javelin. Oh, that was an adventure. Okay.
Always an adventure.
14 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
14 hits.
Okay. And since he is since he is the first creature that I hit on my turn with a weapon, right? It's a weapon. It's a javelin.
Yeah, I don't think it doesn't have to be melee, does it?
It doesn't say. It just says with a weapon attack.
You're probably good. Just go ahead and roll up and keep it separate in case we're wrong.
Okay. All right. So the javelin is 1d6. That's this one.
Yeah, it just has to be with a weapon. Doesn't say ranged
Okay.
or.
Cool. So then I can roll another. Nice. Okay. So I just want to make sure that I'm doing this right.
Okay, so let's start the javelin damage first. The natural
Okay.
damage.
So the javelin damage, it still gets my strength. So
And rage.
and
You're raging.
yep. And it's considered a melee damage, even though it's thrown.
Oh, does it say that has to be melee?
It says +2 melee damage with strength weapons.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I don't think I get to add my.
I feel like that's wrong. Or I feel like that should be wrong. I mean, you're throwing it. It doesn't get much more strength based than that.
yeah.
I mean, that pins him against the back wall. You think it might do extra damage?
When you make a melee weapon attack using strength. You know what? I don't like that. You threw it. You have rage damage bonus on this attack because you're throwing your javelin angry.
Okay. Well, I don't know if it's melee attack or if it's a melee weapon. You know.
I just say you have it.
Okay, I got it. Okay.
I'm the
so
DM. I'm in
then-
charge.
DM final say.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
so
if it was like a
that-
crossbow, I would say no, but you're so visceral. You're throwing this thing.
All right,
Yeah.
so that's gonna be 9 points of damage for the javelin. That's including the rage damage,
Okay.
and then my divine fury. I rolled a 6 on that, and we're gonna do radiant damage for that one.
Yeah.
So that's actually 7 points of radiant damage.
Okay, so as she just stands up, goes, "Rawr," takes a javelin off of her back, chucks it right at the window, and this thing pierces right through it, hits the thing in the chest, and there's like a silverish platinum glow as it just kind of hits the orc and just collapses backwards. You guys aren't sure what happened.
My symbol is
you one shot the thing.
Too.
He just disappears from the window.
Yeah. And now you have your movement if you would like to take it.
Yeah, I'm gonna move 3 forward, so I'm out of the way now.
Got it. All right. Aren't you happy you threw that javelin?
Oh yeah. Gotta make sure I'm keeping track of my rage. Got my little book out.
I got my book. I got my rage. I'm ready. All right. So then, let's make intelligence checks for the orcs. 2. Okay, here we go. This orc comes bounding out the door. and let's say, yeah, as a stoop, you can make this attack for sure. The door opens, he takes that step out.
That's a 23 to hit.
Yeah, that'll do, pig. That'll do.
And that is 9 points of slashing.
All right. Yeah, so he takes that step out, and you just chop him off at the knee. He just collapses forward and falls over, and he just starts bleeding out. And just for a little flavor, you stab him in the chest. This orc, we're gonna go ahead and make an athletics check.
Ooh.
Natural 20. Just goes.
He leans out the window.
Just jumps out the window, lands right here, and then takes a step forward to attack you, Landor. 2. Oop, natural 19. That's gonna do it.
No, actually, I'm gonna use cutting words.
Well-
and let's see if I can. Oh,
That's damage, right?
It's a 24 to hit.
oh, never mind.
As a natural 19. So even if you rolled maximum, he's still gonna get you.
He's just still gonna hit me.
But and you also used your reaction to make your attack of opportunity. Oh no, then you had your turn. Never mind. Nope, you didn't have a
No,
reaction
you're
to use
right.
anyways. Yep.
I did. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Okay, so that's 6 plus 3 slashing damage.
6 plus 3 is 9. All right.
And this orc is going to try the same thing. Another natural 20 on the athletics check. Comes through.
They're very spry orcs.
Yeah. And then bursts forward, entering Marcus's reach.
That one's an 11.
And 11 misses.
Yeah.
And he charges forward one more.
Nah, never mind. Yeah.
It was like 22. You're like, oh, thank God.
I knew I should have taken riposte.
Riposte could be nice. All right, so here you're gonna notice another orc comes up to this window. Oops. And just think about the physics of this for a minute. He's gonna make an attack against Marcus, but with disadvantage. Throwing a javelin. No, natural 5. The other one's gonna do the same thing in the second story. 10 plus 5 is a 15. I believe you have a 16 AC.
Mm-hmm.
There he goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just as you kind of are taking your swings, like it looked like it would have hit you, but your natural motion and you're fighting with this orc, and the javelin comes flying through. Then we're gonna have another one show up as he rushes out the door.
Oh my God.
And you have your reaction.
All right, that's 18 to hit,
Oh yeah, that'll do.
and that's another 9 points. Of,
9
piercing
points.
for
So
slashing.
number 7. Bam. Okay. The orcs are done. Landor.
All right, I'm gonna attack the one that's right next to me.
Here, on guard. He's
With
got this
with
like
my rapier.
rapier coming after him. But he is quite nimble.
9.
A 9. Yep, that's a miss.
And I will cast Bardic Inspiration on Marcus.
Thank you. I could
Marcus
use
has
an
it.
extra 1.
And I'm not gonna go anywhere.
Okay. Here you go, Marcus. I could use an extra 1. Yeah, with your D6s. Curse those D6s.
Okay. So I am going to attack, I guess, the guy that's up on the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
Just with my thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a 21 to hit.
Oh yeah.
And another 9.
All right, he's done.
Okay.
Bam.
And then how many we saw? There's two upstairs, there's another one there.
2 upstairs. Yeah, you've seen 7 or 8 by now.
We've seen 7 or 8 so far.
Yeah.
And I think that there's 12. So I've seen 10. There's possibly 2 more inside. All right. I'm gonna use my action surge already. I know, and I'm gonna make an attack. And do I have to say that I'm doing a pushing attack first, or I check if it hits and then?
And usually the maneuver will specify.
When you hit a creature with a weapon attack, you can expend. Yeah, so
you have to hit it in order for that trigger to.
well, for me to
possible.
even.
Yeah, if you don't
Yeah,
hit
for-
it, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, okay.
But if you do
Alright,
hit it, you can decide to make it a push.
sweet. So I will I'll make an attack, and that's a 16.
16 hits.
Okay.
Number 3.
And yeah, you know what? It's not going to be a pushing attack. Yeah, what the hell? It's a pushing attack.
Push that guy. Push him.
Push that guy.
Push it real good.
Push that guy.
Okay, so that's
Okay, we'll start with the damage.
yeah. Start with this. So the damage is going to be 6 slashing, and then I have to roll a d8 as well for the
Because you get to add extra damage.
yeah. So that's going to be plus 4.
The 10.
So that's 10 total.
Okay.
Does he have any left?
He does.
Okay. All right. So he has to make a strength saving throw.
Okay.
And I believe a 14.
It's an 8.
Okay, all right. Yeah, so he gets pushed back 15 feet. It says up to 15 feet. Can it? Yeah, whatever. That's fine.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely enough room. And now you have your move still.
Yeah, I do have my move still. That's what I'm thinking about. Sorry.
That's fine.
If they all have javelins, I feel like running into the farmhouse where they all can see you all at once is not the best idea.
Oh no, that's not what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about whether I want to go around and flank that guy for Landor. But you know, the two of you are both there. I think you have that one handled. I'm gonna stay where I'm at and enter a defensive stance.
All right. Marcus is done. Miss Daisy.
All right, I'm gonna run around so I can that orc with Landor and go ahead and hit him with my Which
Warhammer?
one is it? Is it the Warhammer? I think it is the Warhammer.
I think it's your primary.
Yeah. Warhammer.
Come on, natural 20.
Here we go. Moment of truth.
You have advantage.
Oh, right, I do have
Because
advantage.
you're flanking.
Because I'm flanking.
And I think he gave you Bardic Inspiration before too.
If needed.
Okay. 12 to hit.
12 misses.
Damn. All right. Then I'm
The
gonna go
warhammer
ahead.
just slams into the side of the house.
All right. Then I'm gonna try and two-hand attack, and I'm gonna try and hit him with my hand axe.
The offhand attack. Yeah. Okay.
Offhand attack. Thank you. Natural 20.
Natural
Hey.
20. Okay, so you haven't used your divine fury yet, so that dice
That's
is also
correct.
doubled.
Oh gosh. Okay, this is gonna be a little bit more math than I was anticipating. All right.
Hey, you chose an
so-
overpowered barbarian.
Yeah, what path
Tis
is
the
this?
truth.
The zealot.
The zealot. All right. So first, okay, so it doesn't get my strength damage.
Correct.
So
We'll handle the
that's
dice
gonna be,
first.
So just the hand axe
Oh.
is
We lost someone. He's coming.
okay. Just the hand axe was 2.
So you rolled a 2 or you rolled a 1?
I rolled a 2.
So that's
it's a
doubled to
4.
4. Then the divine.
Then the divine I rolled a 4.
So that's doubled to 8. So that's 12.
Okay.
Plus your rage damage dice. Or modifier, which is 2 or 3?
2.
Plus 1 for the other thing.
For the
So-
divine fury, the
Right,
radiant
so
damage.
that's 15 if my math is correct. On
Yeah,
your
I think
offhand
so.
strike.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Just swing 4 times, they do that much
Yeah,
damage.
so like the warhammer just kind of slams into the house, and the orc kind of does like a little duck move and kind of sticks out for the hand axe just to catch him right here. And as it does, right up in the throat, there's another divine burst of radiant, which this is all new for you, but you feel like divinely empowered right now.
His head just explodes off from the
1,
divine.
2, 3, and you've used 3 of your movement, so you still have 2 more movement squares left. You so choose.
What do I want to do? Well, we know that there's at least 2, because there's the one out there. I know I killed one in the window, but I don't know. Walk forward.
There is
Right.
2 in the window up top, which you definitely saw a couple of javelins rain
Oh, okay.
down.
It doesn't matter. I can't really get I can't get inside the house. So can you? Oh, actually, can I use my doom? I don't think I could get in my house.
Do you
want to
try and climb?
I think I'm way too short.
Do you want to
But
try?
you could grab on.
All right, yeah, sure. Why not? Let's try climbing through the window.
Roll an athletics check, which, when you're raging, you have advantage on.
Yeah, and also my modifier for that is pretty great.
Yeah, it's like Landor trying to stealth. That's basically what it is.
Okay, so that's gonna be a 21 to climb
Yeah,
through
you
that
climb
window.
through so easily.
Launches herself.
I mean,
through
there
the
was
window.
broken glass, so you're able to. Hang on.
Wow.
Move forward.
I'm reading Path of the Zealot right now.
Let me just see what the heck I'm doing here. Looks like you find stairs leading up. And get rid of you then. I need to just get a better view of this map so I know what I'm doing here.
Wow.
Okay. Path of the Zealot's pretty cool. Yeah, you come in and you see an empty room. B3. Which it looks like it's a dining room in here. And we'll say that would take the rest of your movement.
I'm gonna stick my head out the window and say, "You feeling hungry, fellas?"
Yes. I love it. Okay. So And the orcs go. Start here with Mr. Orc. I must have hit the wrong one because this orc is dead.
Oh, that orc died?
Well, orc number 3 on my list is dead, but this says orc 3, so I think I made a mistake. We'll call him orc 2 now because he's still alive, and I think orc 2 is actually dead. He's just gonna reel up with his javelin and chuck it at you.
I knew it.
Well, you kind of owned him right there, so.
Yeah. It's a fair move.
Another natural one.
Oh no!
Yeah, just like you just harmlessly like Jedi bat the thing away, like. He kind of just stands there with his axe. He goes, "Rah!" Like trying to goad at you now. And then these two disappear. You're not sure what happened with them, but I know what happened with them. Actually, no, she's not on the second floor.
Okay.
It would have been impressive if I was able to climb up to the second floor.
It would have been very impressive.
Hey, you're good at those athletics checks.
Let's move you down here, because you hear steps coming from down the staircase. Whoop. You going?
Jumped out the window.
Bam!
These
Orcs are aggressive, and this one kind of gets in your face, but doesn't have an action to attack you.
Bring it!
And that's it for the orcs. Landor. Now you don't know what's going on inside. You just heard her, saw her stick her head out and say, "You guys hungry?"
From my current position, can I take a shot at that orc with
This
my
guy?
crossbow, or do I need to move down one? Like, I didn't know if the stoop would be in the way for disadvantage or
he would
for
have
cover.
He would have cover, so he would have a +2 to his AC for the attack.
Okay. So I'm just gonna take one step down then,
Okay.
and then he shouldn't have that cover, correct?
Yeah, I guess technically
or-
Marcus would, but you can shoot through your allies. It's kind of a D&D rule, and if not, it is for this game.
Okay. I was saying if it's not, I can take another step down, but
Let the internet troll me as they see fit.
I mean, if you roll a 1, you could still hit me.
That's true. I would definitely do that to you.
well, luckily you are not getting hit today. I got a 14.
Nice.
I don't know if that hits him or not, but
14 hits. Yes, this is
sweet.
orc number 3, which is really orc number 2.
7 damage, piercing.
Yeah, so he's in the middle of. He threw that javelin. He's like, "Yeah, that's oof, ow!" As the crossbow bolt comes and gets him. Looks like he's starting to bleed. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
I messed up something, so this one's just tougher than the others.
Okay.
And you're not sure why.
Marcus hit him good already.
Yeah, no, I totally messed something up, but I don't care. We're rolling with it.
All right. I'm gonna take. Can I take one step to the right? And if so, would I be able to see Daisy?
Yeah, you can see Daisy, and you see something approach her. You just
see
assume
the
it's an
top of
orc.
my head.
No, I want to just in case I need to do anything. I just am.
You're in position.
Want to be able to see her. So
absolutely.
I will end my turn there because neither of you guys have used your bardic inspiration, correct?
No, not
That's
yet.
correct.
Okay. All right.
All right, Marcus.
I want extra experience for killing this thing.
Sure. We're using milestone leveling. You can have as much XP as you want. You get 2 million experience points.
Oh man, it's like, whose line is it anyway?
It is. Where the points are made up and none of it matters.
Okay. I'm gonna take an attack with my javelin at him. Actually,
He's like, two can play at this game.
Can I take the javelin that he just threw at me?
Sure. Yeah. Let's say it landed right at your feet. You just shoot. This is how you do that.
All right. Guess what I rolled?
Natural one.
Natural
Yep.
one. All right. I really can't see much poor results out of this, so you just miss. You just javelin just flies over his head.
All right. I kind of just want to.
I wanted to be mean and do something right here, but we're gonna wait.
I'm gonna actually leave this guy behind. Well, do I hear anything coming in from there? Would I think that Daisy could be in trouble or no?
I think it's safe to say you hear sounds coming from inside of the house, you know?
And this guy looks like real hurt.
Yeah, he doesn't look like he's too healthy right now.
Okay. I'm just gonna flip him off and be like, "You're not even worth my time right now."
Oh snap!
I'll leave you for Landor, and then I'll give Landor a wink.
Great, thanks.
He's gonna charge Landor. He's like, ah!
The good news is I think I'm outside of his normal movement range.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I'm gonna hop in through that other window and get in that same room that.
So you're looking to go here?
Yeah.
All right. Just when you get to the door or the window, make an athletics check.
Should be like a 19. Yeah, 19.
Okay. So you get there and you fairly easily hop up. We'll just call it like a difficult terrain space. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. Alright, so I'll go diagonal and then diagonal up one more.
So yeah, it's 5 and 6.
Okay. Oh, he's still in my. He's already in my range. Shoot. Let me go.
Did you want to go back instead?
But yeah, you could just put me down 1, so I would still have the 5 feet left, and
okay.
I think I'll stay there and enter a defensive stance.
Okay.
Sorry if that doesn't make sense, Izzy.
Oh no, it's okay. I'm planning on killing this guy that's right in front of me.
I like it. All right.
Oh wow, I forgot she goes next. Whatever, that's fine.
So Marcus is done.
If I could metagame and know that she's gonna go ahead, like in front of me, then I would actually just go behind her. But
so right here,
not, that's fine. Yeah,
that's fine.
Sorry about that.
You can do what you want. And you said you're in your defensive stance. Okay, Daisy.
All right, that is. I'm gonna hit him with my warhammer. 16.
Of course you are. That's a hit.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. All right, so since it's the top of my turn, I get to hit them with my Divine Fury. And let me just make sure I'm rolling the correct dice for this because I realized that last time I rolled the wrong one.
We'll start with your D8 for your Warhammer.
All right, that's a D8.
And add your strength and rage.
All right, so 8.
8 plus.
8. Yeah, no, that's with the strength and the
Okay.
modifier for
And
raging.
Then you have your D6 for your Divine Fury.
Yep. There we go.
Plus 1 for half your level.
Yep, that's 5 points of radiant damage.
So 13?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just you smack into this thing and like it's just you like I said, you just are feeling like there's some form of extra might behind your attack and wham! Crack him right in the rib cage and he just kind of buckles over. And Marcus, this might be the first time you see like divine light kind of hit. Which you have not seen before.
Ooh.
He's still there, but he's kind of buckled over like you cracked him right in the rib cage.
Alright, I'm going to hit him with my hand axe.
You will try.
Yes, yes I will. Let's see.
The
Had a
echo.
little bit of an echo for that, yeah.
I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Oh, son of a... Oh, never mind. Don't mind
Your
me.
natural one, you wouldn't have gotten it.
Yeah.
So that's 17 hit.
17 hits.
All right, and I don't get to add in the Divine Fury because it's not the first one, but that's... Don't get that, but I do get that. 6 points of... I think
Slashing.
slashing.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so as he's buckled over, you just like chop him kind of like right into the side of the head, and he just kind of slunks over. Down he goes.
Dead.
Mm-hmm. And you can move if you want.
Let's see. He's gonna get to go next. I want to move diagonally to the right. Up.
Right there.
Yeah.
Okay. And that ends your turn? Or, oh. We'll go back here. You didn't move yet.
No, I think that is where I want to be.
It's like, I didn't take my hand off the chess piece. It's not official. Okay. So that's where you're going to go?
Yeah.
Okay. The orcs go. We'll start here. Takes a step forward. And because he would have disadvantage to attack you around the corner, he takes this step forward. Marcus, do your thing.
That's a 24 hit.
It's weird. This one has like crazy plate armor. No, I'm just kidding. Josh is like, yes, have plate armor. Please, have plate armor. No, go ahead.
That's 6 slashing.
Okay. All right, and turns to strike it at Daisy. That is a 14.
Misses.
All right. And this orc moves 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Takes a bonus action to dash. Bam.
Ooh.
And attacks because they have an aggressive nature.
Ooh. Sorry, man.
It's okay.
Natural
Forgot about
14
it.
plus 5 is a 19 to hit.
I'll take the hit.
Okay.
But I am going to use my cutting words to reduce the damage.
Is that how it works, or does that reduce the attack roll?
It's either. It makes an attack roll, an ability check, or a damage roll. You can use your reaction to expend one use of the Bardic Inspiration, rolling a die, subtracting the number rolled from the creature's roll.
Oh, okay. Well, that was 8 slashing.
So it's 6.
Okay. You're like, you stupid orc. You can't hit me as good as you normally can. He's like, he gets all upset at himself. Feels really bad. All right. And then another orc comes bounding down the staircase. It's going to move through this square and land here if it can. So we'll just see.
That's 25 to hit.
Yep. It'd be great if you push him.
It's
He's like, nope, do that again.
Oh man. That's good.
He's like, actually, that's really good tactics for the future.
That is a good idea. That's 13 damage. 13 slashing.
Ooh. He's regretting. I immediately regret this decision.
Can I use? I don't.
Yeah, as soon as you hit.
Oh, so you can use it for reaction attack too.
Yeah.
Attack, okay. I think it's too late now, but unless it's not too late. It's not too late.
I haven't done anything yet.
His facial expression says, "Do it."
Yeah. All right. So I'll do that. So let me just roll the d8 just to see. That's gonna be plus another 5 damage, and he has to make a strength save again. I think it's
He has to
14.
try and somehow fix his jugular vein that has been now severed completely as he is now dead.
Nice.
All right, that's the orc's turn. Landor.
All right, I'm gonna hit this guy with my rapier. Hopefully, I'll hit him.
Do it. Do it.
A natural 20.
Woo woo!
That does it.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
We'll just say, how do you want to do this? Because he's got 3 health.
Okay.
There's no way you can't finish this one off.
Right through his eye.
Oh,
Rapier just.
like all I keep thinking is like kind of Arya, but just through the eye, like the.
Yes, exactly.
Oh. Yeah, it just pokes right out the back. Just.
How's that for
You
damage?
just kind of kick him off your blade. And that was your action.
And I'm gonna try to go through the window that Marcus went through.
All right, make an athletics check. Not too hard to do.
Luckily, my athletics isn't as terrible as it used to be. Ooh, 17.
Yeah, you
Nice.
climb right on up. You were able to kind of use your momentum, and bam. So you got 1, 2, we'll say 3, 4, and your movement.
And I'm just gonna move one behind Marcus. Just move me over right one. Yep.
All right, so.
I will be within his protective aura.
Oh yeah.
Just in
All
case
right.
one bursts through the doorway behind me.
And Marcus, you go.
And-
Oh, I'm
hold
sorry.
on.
You have your bonus.
I'm gonna take a 2nd level healing word on myself.
Okay.
And
So that would be
And then Daisy go. Nope. No, sorry. Marcus goes.
5.
I'll just tell him. See,
Oh, nice. Sorry.
I knew you'd have no problem with the orc out front. Great job, bud.
Thank you.
And then I will take a halberd attack at homeboy right in front of me.
Okay. Number 6.
And here's where I finally lose my luck. Oh, wait a second. No, because I'm going to use my bardic inspiration. So it would have been a 9. Now it is a 13.
13 just hits.
Yes. It's the first time I rolled over a 2 on my d6. I got a 4.
Oh.
Hey, just in time.
And that's max damage, so that's going to be 14 slashing.
How do you want to do this?
I just want to. I think I'll just lob his head off, and I want it to fall onto Daisy.
So the head falls right onto Daisy's, like right onto her head. Just thunk. It's like a little pseudo headbutt.
And I'll. There were. No, there. Is that all of them that we've seen?
You don't see any more.
But there
We
could be
did-
more in the house. We don't know.
Yeah, that's probably all of them. But I'll start heading upstairs. That's pretty much the only direction I could go, or all those little squares or doors.
These squares are doors. Is that a door? Nope, these are windows.
Okay.
So we
So-
can see into that room.
Yeah, I was gonna say actually you could see.
Nice.
Oh, is that just like
Eeh.
oh.
It's a really
Oh,
neat.
that's
It
the
just looks like a
outside,
little
okay.
like a mudroom kind of porch area.
Yeah.
Kind of here.
So I'll actually go towards the door on the left side of the room, and just kind of
This door.
see if I can look through that.
It's solid, so you can't see through it. But if you want to open it,
Can I open
I just want to
Take it
assume.
down.
Okay, I didn't want to assume. You open the door, and you see 2 square. No, I'm just kidding.
It's a very dark room.
It happens.
Yeah, so you opens up into the kitchen. I'm just double checking. Yes. A large butter churn, work tables, shelves of foodstuffs, ale, hanging pots and pans, and a small table. Atop a small table is a skull-shaped wooden butter mold.
Sorry, this seems very random.
It really does.
You know, we didn't get a description of what Alphonse looks like. We're gonna
true.
have to haul all of these bodies back to town to have
Oh,
them
we-
pronounced.
We already know that none of them are old enough to be him. Or that we think that at least.
In
But,
theory.
Yeah. I guess I'll end my turn there.
Okay. Marcus is
Or
done.
I'm gonna move down one actually, and then I'll end my turn there.
Like this?
Yeah.
Okay. Daisy.
It's Daisy's turn.
It
Can
is.
I bonus action open that door, or is that considered an action?
That's a free action.
Can I open that door and see what's in that room?
You sure can. And it is a closet. It looks like there's some silverware and plates and things like that as you're in the dining room. Looks like a little
Did you say
cupboard.
there's
Real silverware?
It looks like a storage for like dining.
There's plate in there?
Yes, there's one plate.
All right. I'm gonna go upstairs with however much it requires. for
1,
me to
2,
go
3,
upstairs.
4. Okay, let me just make sure I know what the heck I'm doing.
Can she chuck a javelin at the wall to keep her rage going?
We'll say
Just punch
5.
Landor.
And you see just kind of something curls around the corner here. And I don't care that you can see that that's a small. Let's just do that. We'll zoom out a little bit here.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna use my right because I've leveled up. I get to do it 3 times per long rest.
Did you say you're raging again, or you're?
No, I said it's okay that I lose my rage because I can
Okay.
do it 3 times.
Gotcha.
Do I want to use my action to dash? Yeah, I'm gonna dash. I'm gonna dash into that room.
1, 2. Okay, so you're gonna open this here.
Oh, it's a hall.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
It is. Yeah, you're not sure what else is going on there. So you took 2 steps.
Can I go through that first door? That's like right,
Definitely.
up.
Yeah, so you can open the door. Whether you want to go through it or not is up to you.
I guess we'll find out.
Let's see.
Let's
B8. All right, it looks in here like you see a desk, stacks of ledgers and papers, just kind of are scattered across things, and there's a little window here looking out over front yard.
Okay. So I don't see. Can I? How much more movement do I have?
2, 3. I think you have 2 more squares, and you could open a door if you
Um,
wanted on the X.
Is there a door next to me on that side? I can't tell where
There is.
they are. Okay, yeah, I'll open that door.
Okay.
Another closet.
It is. It contains a mop, a broom, and a bucket.
Yeah, cool. All right, I'm gonna take my next 2 steps and I'll open the door that's above me.
Okay. And then I think that's going to be it on the free actions.
All right.
Number 7. B7.
Bingo.
Yeah. This room contains 2 beds, 2 footlockers, and it looks like it may be a bedroom of some kind.
All right, that concludes my turn. I
Indeed.
lose my rage.
Rage is over. Landor, you go.
Can I go up to the door to the top of this room?
Right here.
And can I stealthily open that door?
Roll a stealth check.
9. So not very. A
So-
natural 2.
You open it and it just creaks. It's like, but it looks like it's an empty foyer.
Is there a door to the left then?
You can't tell from there.
Oh. I'll take one step forward then.
Okay. It looks like another door here, and then what looks like maybe a staircase ascending.
Okay, I'll just take one step back to go back into the room, because I think that should be my 6 steps.
And then you still have your action.
And I will prepare a dodge action,
Sure.
and I'll cast Bardic Inspiration. No, I'm not gonna cast anything. Just end my turn.
Okay. Marcus. Actually, you'd be able to see this corner, I think, from there.
Do
Cool.
we hear anything by any chance?
See-
Or I guess it's too late.
I mean, you hear some creaking above you, like on the second floor.
Probably from.
I'm heavy-footed.
Surprisingly for a gnome. Boom, 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 boom.
She is a rock gnome.
Yep.
So those are stairs going down in that room. I guess I can't see that, but
This staircase.
Mhm.
These staircases are. These stairs are going up.
oh, they're going up.
They were
they
stairs
ascend.
going up.
Let's see. Sure, I'll take a bone. I'll do the dash and just go up those stairs. That
You haven't done anything yet, actually.
Hmm?
You
yeah,
haven't-
no, I'm saying
Okay.
I'm gonna use my movement and the dash to get up those stairs.
Like going this way.
I'm sorry. Well, that's fine. Sure.
If you wanted,
No, that works.
and then you're gonna continue.
Yeah, I'll just keep going.
8, 9. And you say you get there, you have 3 more squares of movement.
Yeah, I'll just go right as far as I could go, I guess. And,
Okay.
and because why the heck not?
Defensive stance. All right, Daisy. There's a door below you.
Opening it.
Again, it looks like another bedroom similar.
This house is boring now. Walk forward 3 steps. Open both the doors at the same time.
And there's an orc in each room.
And you're dead because there's a trap in Big Al. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. This is also similar. These 3 look similar. This one. Let's see here. Can you guess what that is?
Big
The
guys.
master bedroom?
Big Al's bedroom. A large bed and a bulky cedar wardrobe dominate this room, which also has framed paintings of landscapes hanging on the walls.
I'm gonna take 2 more steps forward, I guess. Is that how many I have left? Right, I did 3 so far.
Yes, so you here you see.
Come on, orcs. No orcs. All right.
No orcs.
And I'm just gonna yell as loud as I can.
This looks like a common room. It looks like there's padded chairs, game tables. You see, scattered on the floor, some playing cards and wooden dragon chess pieces.
Yeah, I'm just gonna scream as loud as I can. Looks like it's all clear up here.
And you actually, Landor, you hear that coming from this direction.
Okay.
Can I use my...
We can actually, if you want, we can exit combat mode.
Please.
All right. Switch to dark music because you don't know. It's going.
That's my least favorite kind of music when playing games. You're anticipating something.
I love that.
All right. So I have a feeling I know where they are if there's anybody anywhere. But so it looks like I'm guessing that that's a cellar outside. Cellar doors.
You have not seen it yet, but because for the sake
outside?
of brevity, yes, you step outside and go, "Oh, look at this cellar door here."
If I heard him say that, I would join him.
Daisy,
Hey
I'm
guys,
not- wait,
there's a cellar door down here.
I'm not going yet.
I love it.
This house is so boring. Wait a second.
I'm sticking around. I want
Is
all
that-
of the dragon chess pieces for
That's
me.
exactly what I'm gonna do.
Yes.
What?
I'm taking all of the dragon, and then I'll go down.
Okay. So while she's going about the room scattered, it looked like they were playing a game or whatever, and then they went to the window. So they are scattered a bit. Gentlemen.
Is it locked? Or
Ooh,
can we
good
open
question. It's not locked.
it? Okay. Let's open it.
Opens up. And as you step down, there is no light in there except the light that peers down through the door. You have dark vision, so you're seeing fine. It's still kind of just dim light for you, Marcus, so you're still able to kind of make some things out. There's a dirt floor, and as you walk in, you see walls of mortared stone and an 8-foot-high plank ceiling braced by wooden pillars. Tied to a chair is a large figure with a burlap sack pulled over his head. Shelves along the walls are lined with skulls made of butter and protected by a thin coating of wax.
Walls made of butter?
The skull.
No, the skull. The skulls
Skull.
are made of butter.
Sorry. I heard.
I don't know why that was confusing.
I'm sorry. I heard walls made of butter, and I was like, what?
They've
So
got
yeah,
butter
you're able to
walls.
kind of step here. You're kind of
What sorcery is this?
yeah.
Well, I walk
Which I
up.
think at this point actually.
I walk up to the guy and pull the burlap sack off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll try to say something to him before.
You see, he's older, and it kind of like
Oh, he's alive. That's good news.
yeah, he's moving.
This is Alphonse.
Yeah. So are you trying to unbind his? Because he's tied to it. Is that what you're?
Yes, I'll start
Okay.
trying to untie him.
Does he say anything? Is he gagged or?
He's gagged. So as soon as he's free, his eyes kind of like take a minute.
I'll just tell him, Alphonse, you have nothing to worry about at this moment. Your friends came here to help. My name is Marcus Winterburn. This is Landor Calrissian.
What? Please.
Yeah, if I have water, I'll give him water.
Sure. And like he just guzzles it as much as he's and like almost to the point where like after that minute, you're able to untie him. And he just says, "Oh, thank God you came here. You said your name was Marcus, is that right?
Yes, Marcus Winterburn.
Those orcs came. It was so aggressive. I've been much more aggressive lately. They slaughtered my hands and threw me down here. I've been down here for days. I don't know how long. And he like coughs some more, and as you can see, it's like his lips are cracked and dry. Like they have not taken care of him at all.
Mm-hmm. I'll just say, I would just tell him that based on the bodies, our best guess is that you've been here for about a week or so.
His head kind of just, he... I don't know how to thank you. Are they all gone? Have you defeated them?
I believe so, yes. We've killed all that we've seen. There were 8 or so in the house, and they're all dead now. You saw that
Yes.
either you or your hands killed 2 of them. And
Yes, we were in the fields when we saw them coming, and I took one down, but my hands were able to take another, and they just overwhelmed us. I think they... Oh, I don't know. I know that they pillage and everything, but they've just been more activity lately. I don't fully understand.
Were they trying to question you, or do you know any reason as to why you were put captive instead of
I don't know.
Killed like everyone else?
I don't understand. Maybe they thought maybe they'd have use for me of some kind. I don't know.
It's at about this time when Daisy comes down the stairs.
Yep.
She's holding one of the orc heads going, rah!
He goes, and it kind of is like his eyes are still like adjusting. He goes, "You look a bit short for an orc."
Oh, I didn't realize. Is this what happened?
Alphonse, this
He
is
says,
Daisy.
people usually call me Big Al. And it's at this point he's kind of able to stand up a little bit. And he's a big guy. He's like 6'4", 6'5". He's definitely older, definitely overweight at this point. But you imagine, like, I kind of, for some reason, envision like the old dad in Braveheart. Like, he just looks like he's a tough as nails kind of a guy. But you could tell in his past days he was full of piss and vinegar, kind of a, But yeah, I mean, he's, he looks like he's bruised up a bit and definitely been trying to recover down here.
So what time is it?
It is in the afternoon. So, yeah. 2 maybe.
Do you, Alphonse, would you feel okay leaving your farm and heading into town where there's a little bit more protection?
And you're certain all the orcs are dead?
From what we saw, but if we encounter any more, we would make quick work of them.
Did there happen to be a leader or anything? Because all of them just seemed like normal orcs. It didn't seem like there was any type of a...
One of them took some serious hits.
There was a bit of a burly orc there. I don't know if he was a leader. I don't know. I seemed like a little raving party of some kind. I didn't notice anything particular.
We have not scoured your whole farm or the whole ranch. We've really only been in the farmhouse itself.
Mm-hmm.
So there's the possibility there could be more orcs out there.
Do any of you have an extra weapon I could use then?
I do.
What sort of weapon do you like?
He goes, any kind, that's good.
I've got a hand axe.
I can do that.
I have a greatsword.
His eyes go, I'll take that one.
All right, I'll keep my hand axe then.
He picks it up and he kind of just moves it around. You're like, all right, he knows how to use that. Like,
there's also about 6 or 7 great axes from the orcs we killed earlier. If you would like a great axe,
Javelins too.
Yeah, he goes, this sword will do fine. Assuming that's all right with you.
As long as I get it back.
Okay, so, do we want to try
grandfather's,
Do we
Sorry.
want to try to
Right.
head back to town now?
You want to secure the area first?
Yeah, definitely do that first.
Okay.
Also, it's town's 3 days away, and it's nighttime or afternoon. So
Well, we have 3 horses that are familiar with him that we can probably ride, and if we wanted to pillage the orcs, we have a cow that we can put all of the stuff on.
Now, is this something you're talking, or?
No, that was just table talk. Okay, so we should scout out the area, as Sir Marcus said.
Okay. Something just happened to Josh's leg, I think.
I just dropped. I have like a little tiny shelf down here that has like all my RPG stuff,
Oh.
like all the books, and I just knocked all of them down onto my foot. And I was like, "Oh, that's
No good." All right, so you emerge from the cellar, and as he looks over, he sees the smithy is down. He just looks and he just kind of is like, sees the condition of his property.
We can rebuild.
Indeed. Because at least some of the pigs are still here.
Some of the pigs. We also found a cow and 3 horses that we brought back. They're in the orchard.
Oh. In the orchard? Okay, and he just immediately starts walking in that direction.
Wait, sir.
Yes.
Big Al, do you want us to accompany you to the orchard just in case you run into
Sure.
more orcs?
And he just charges forward.
Oh my gosh, I can't keep up. You gotta slow down, man.
And he finds the horses, and then he sees the cow, and he goes, "Oh, Petunia! Oh, they didn't get you, girl." And he starts petting her. Oh, he goes, because we wouldn't be able to turn a profit without you. And he just kind of nuzzles up against next to her, and she just kind of, you know,
gets me every time.
And so we'll say you guys take the better part of a half an hour, and it does look like the property seems to be secure. And he says, "Listen, you've done a lot of good work here today. Here." And he goes, "And I have something I'd like to give you." And he goes, "Why don't you come up to me in my office, his bedroom, I forget. Bedroom."
Yeah.
So he goes in there, and he goes into the wardrobe, and then you see him kind of search around for a minute and kind of move what looks like a false backing to it. And he takes out mithril chainmail.
Nice.
And he just looks at the 3 of you, and he kind of just looks over to Marcus. He goes, "I would suspect you'd get best use out of this." And he hands it to you. If I'm not mistaken, it's chainmail, but it won't impose disadvantage on your stealth checks.
Yeah. Yep. That's awesome. This is most generous, and I appreciate this.
He goes, "Generous." He goes, I'd be dead if it wasn't for you. What you did was most generous."
Daisy's gonna sheepishly take out the chests that she stole earlier and go, these are yours.
He goes, "Do you like them?"
Yeah.
And he goes, "Well, then here's the board too," and he hands it to you. He goes, "You can have it. You can have a chess set."
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And I'll just tell him, were any of those hands here your family or all hirelings? Either way, we will help you bury them.
Because they were hirelings.
Whatever.
Yes, but they were good folk.
Now, did you think you wanted to come back to town with us, or did you just want us to go back to town and spread some word that you're okay? That you, well, sort of okay. I mean, obviously.
Yeah, he's just kind of looking around a bit and kind of shakes his head. He goes, I could rebuild. Either way, I may need to hire some more hands, but the animals here, I'm not sure.
I think we might want to stay the night here anyway. so you could have a little bit of time to decide. But we will be heading back to town regardless.
Of
So if you
course.
would like to join us, and maybe perhaps you could find more hands when you're back in town with us.
Of course.
Or if you wanted, we could bring like a letter back with us. If you wanted us to like deliver a letter to possibly have someone in town hire some people and send them there, that way you're not leaving your ranch completely unattended. Like we could do that too.
Definitely something to think about. Yeah, like you said, we don't have to decide right now. I can let you know my decision in the morning. All right, so you, I'm assuming, take the rest of the evening to bury the farm hands? And
Could we also get their names on a piece of parchment, and if they had any family in town?
Sure. Yeah. You find Gerald.
You don't have to make them all up right now.
Timothy. I keep wanting to say Marcus, but I'm not doing that. We'll say Mitch, Midge, and Mary.
Do we know if does he know if any of them had family?
He does, and he says, and he kind of goes back into his office and gets out some papers and stuff like that. And there's a sack of some wages, and he goes, if you're gonna be finding them, you know, they have some wages that they've earned that should go to their family.
Sure.
And so he gives you the logistical information upon which to find their families. And that is that.
I play a somber tune
Ah, yes.
during the burial.
I'd also like to loot and burn the orcs.
Oh, for a second there, I thought you were going to say looting the hands. I'm like, oh my gosh, no.
Like, does he have anything good in here or what? What's going on?
Yeah, I'm a noble.
That's what I was about to say. Wait, hold on. That's a little far even for me.
No, each of they have personal effects in those bedrooms that you had found.
I've been meaning to ask too, were the orcs like starved too?
They did not look as starved, but a lot of Al's food supplies are gone. So,
what kind of food supplies did he have? Like, was
corn, apples, and then he said there's some pigs are missing. So there's probably like 8 or 9 pigs that are just kind of roaming around the ranch too. Which he's like, we could slaughter one right now and we can eat.
Can I? Is any of the woods around here good hunting ground?
Oh yes, I'm sure.
How about we save your pigs, see if one of us can catch a deer or something. What the like? Don't want to go through all
Be
your
my
supplies.
guest.
Do you have any chickens?
Sure, there's a chicken coop out there for some eggs.
I don't think
Yeah.
all of their
He
legs.
specifically wants the chicken legs.
No, I'm not gonna take. I'm gonna take Al's chicken legs. Oh.
I'd say
I
he's
don't
got
think
more
he
like ham
appreciates you
hocks than
saying that
chicken
about him.
legs. Yeah, he's a thick guy with 2 C's.
So after raiding the bodies of the orcs, how many?
Sure. You got a piece of paper and a pencil? Because I don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
We'll say there was a little variations on some of this stuff.
Yeah, that one guy had like freaking plate.
He didn't have
Well,
plate armor, no.
They also threw a lot of javelins, so who knows? Some of them might have broken.
Yes, so let's go ahead and say you find a total of 26 javelins that are usable. We'll say 7 great axes, a great sword, and a maul. And then they all have hide armor of some kind. So there's 9 suits that you find.
That's
And
why I
then
went for
as
the
far as-
eye. It doesn't mess the armor up.
And then as far as gold goes, 29 gold pieces, 83 silver, and 14 copper.
Now, would have any of that gold been Al's?
He doesn't seem to have any. He hasn't mentioned it. Say that.
Okay.
I feel like we should leave him. I don't know.
What's he
All
gonna
the-
use gold for out here?
He needs to rebuild his ranch and hire new.
Wages.
I'm just kidding.
He's got a lot of stuff he's got to do.
Josh is like, I want my plate, damn it.
But we have a lot we need to do, and if it wasn't for us, he wouldn't have anything. So
I
That mithril
I
chain is
wanna-
pretty dang valuable.
it is.
Yeah,
I
so
wanna-
if you'd rather have plate armor, you could sell that.
I mean, I'm thinking about that, but I'm also thinking that mithril would probably be really, really great for Landor because he could use.
Oh yeah, I think you can use that.
It's pretty much weightless, and he could use it without having disadvantages. Even though I would love to sell it.
Mithril
I'm
chain
thinking-
shirt. Excuse me. I don't think it's a chain.
Oh, it's a
mail,
chain.
I
It's
thought.
a shirt.
Oh no, it's chainmail. Excuse me.
Okay.
I don't think I can use heavy armor though. Even
No, the
I mean, I
chain
don't
shirt
know.
he could.
Well,
believe.
chainmail
Hold on.
is not.
He's old.
Oh, it's still considered heavy armor. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, while you guys are talking, I'm gonna look that up.
What? Look what up.
Just the details on that, because I'm confused.
I feel like we've had this conversation. There was something that went on the podcast, the other podcast that we listened to. I can't remember the name of it, and where they had the same issue where it was like mithril, but it wasn't supposed to be heavy, but it was. I don't know.
It's not. It doesn't
It
have
doesn't-
like a heavy weight to it, but it's still considered heavy armor.
I'm just gonna read it. It says mithril
Yeah.
is a light, flexible metal. A mithril chain shirt or breastplate can be worn under normal clothes if the armor normally imposes disadvantage on dexterity checks, stealth checks, or has a strength requirement. The mithril version of the armor doesn't. So basically, you still need proficiency in that kind, but if you, in your
heavy.
case, so if you did know how to use heavy armor, you don't need to have a strength of 13 to wear it. But you still need to be able to function properly in it. So yeah, Marcus or Dave, actually just Marcus would be the
Nope,
only one
I
who
don't
could.
wear any armor.
Cool,
Yeah,
cool,
but
cool,
you
cool.
you're proficient in medium if you wanted to.
Well, mithril chainmail is still heavy, but
Yeah.
yeah, okay, yeah. We have plenty of hide if you want it.
No,
Hide your gnomes, hide your bards.
And hide your mark.
no.
I want to take the greatsword.
Oh yeah, you have the greatsword back for sure.
Well, yeah, I have that greatsword back, but I'll take the greatsword that we got from the orc and hand it off to what's his name? Well, I guess I'll ask you guys
Big Al.
first. Does anybody want this greatsword? Because otherwise, I'd like to give it to Big Al.
I'm good with leaving it here with him.
Yeah, and actually, as you approach him, he goes, "Oh, my sword!"
Awesome.
Should we leave? So just so he has like some distance weapons, maybe 6 of the javelins.
Al, would you like?
Is
to...
it the next morning?
I don't think we've gone to sleep yet, technically, but
Whatever. It can be.
Well, we buried the bodies,
Next
and then
morning.
we were burning the orcs.
Right.
So I'm
You're just
guessing
separating the useful stuff from the not useful stuff for now.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we can just have it be the next day.
All right. Somebody roll me a d20.
$10.
He's going with you.
Yeah.
He just thinks, you know what? He goes, we'll bring some of the. He there's a cart and a little thing to try and get some of his livestock, but he says, I'm gonna head to Phandalin.
Al, do you think it would be alright if we used 2 of the horses?
Of course. Actually, on the wagon, there's a spot for 2 people to sit. 2 of the horses will draw it, and then there's another horse that can be ridden as well.
Can I ride the other horse?
Sure.
Can it be the one that I gave an apple before?
Absolutely.
What's its name? Mark. Al. What's this horse's name?
Coach.
Coach. Thank you. Coach. The horse.
All right.
Just wanted to have it.
Yeah, that's fine. And with that, you head off. And you arrive back at Phandalin 2.5 days later. And you're able to get your reward of 100 gold, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are doing pretty well, I think. Starting to build up your...
Party funds.
Yeah, what are you guys up to?
Wow.
I'll tell you.
Do you guys want me to be the party pooper on this one?
What do you mean?
Technically, you don't get the reward if he's alive.
If you hate?
What?
Oh no, it just
It's
says
because
proof of
they're-
his demise.
If he's dead. But if he's alive, the retired sheriff can reward you for your efforts.
Mm.
If he's dead, you return to receive a reward of
Mm.
100 gold.
Oh,
So
so,
I
okay.
think the mithril takes the place of the 100 gold in this instance.
Well, I already wrote it down. And I write in pen.
I write in pen. Man, is Fight Club 5 work that way these days? Hold on a second.
Oh, why am I doing it on paper when I could do that in Fight Club?
So, for party funds, we have 143 gold pieces, 83 silver, 14 copper, then 15 gems, which are worth 10 each for 110 gold pieces worth of gems. Then we also have 2 healing potions, one of which Landor has in his top left pocket, and I have the other one just like tucked in my belt loop.
Go.
And we do have a ruby dagger that I think Marcus has.
Oh yeah, that's
and
right.
isn't there a necklace also?
Yeah, the silver
Mhm.
chain and the
Or
gold
silver
the like jewel embezzled, not
Mhm.
bezeled. What is the word for that?
Encrusted.
Encrusted. There we go.
That'll work. But that sounds like a good spot to stop. So we'll end the recording there, and until next time, just play Dungeons and Dragons.